Alrighty then, I guess this is it. Hello there, welcome to the stream I have been waiting 66 days for, and I don't know exactly how long it's been. I know it's been 48 days since the LEGO Star Wars 40806 Gingerbread AT-AT has been released. It's come out LEGO exclusive. I don't think that's going to change. Would have loved to have picked up a few more of these in like a Black Friday sale. But £55 is a lot of money for an AT-AT. I just hope these parts get to be a bit more affordable. And we will be building this today. Hello there, Moonshoes. Hello there, Grievous. The box barely fits on the screen. Speaking of barely fitting on the screen, you might just be able to notice behind me up here, we have the Alderaan art piece. I'm chancing it. If it falls, that's it. We might be rebuilding it, but I'm not going to be putting it back up there. There was a perfect spot, had to do it. And also, I went on a little walk today, little walk. I went quite far, but I went out to have a little look at Smith's, because Smith's Toy Superstore in the UK have launched their Black Friday deals. They went live today, or at least they have been live by today. They might have gone live a few days ago, and they're not that impressive. There's a few good ones. There's a few good ones. The 332nd, that's the wrong one. The 327th Star Core Battle Pack has gone down to £25. Nice to see. Smiths have technically reduced the retail price. This isn't a sale. This is a permanent drop, similar to the Smiths website have also dropped it to £24.99 from £34.99. So, doesn't feel like a Black Friday sale. If it's not going back up to £35, we'll have to wait and see. I think it will be their new year. And I think the MTT is down from 140 to 117, which so tempted to pick that up, but I'm going to wait for that in the new year as well. Because if they're already dropping that low, 2026 is going to give us some real cheap Lego. I'm talking £20 battle packs. I'm talking maybe even £100 Juggernauts and MTTs. That would be awesome. But if you are in the UK or Europe, check out Smiths. Online have the same deals as in store. And Harry Potter have a lot of sets on clearance space for the new year, where they didn't get too many in September. But now that we've spoken about Smiths Black Friday deals, there'll be plenty of time to talk about Black Friday deals. I think we're going to get straight into this. I won't be building it before the hour, 7 o'clock, to make sure everyone can file in if they do want to watch. But that doesn't mean we can't crack the box open, does it? All right, the glare's not going to be a problem when the box is gone. The good old thumb tab. Oh, that's like the best thumb tab. See, that's what it's normally like. We normally have a little bit. But this thumb tab, this is like the best thumb tab we've had in ages. And actually, I can't remember the last time I opened a Lego box on camera. How do you open a Lego box? I normally tear off this tab. What I'd do is I'd fold this down, have it like a box. I can use it to store Lego in the future. Hello there, Dashan. But you could also pull off the lid, couldn't you? Maybe I'll give that a go today. A little tray. Let's see how carefully. Maybe a knife's not what we want for separating the glue. No, it's just going to end up cutting through the top. Didn't even catch that. Just going to end up slicing through it. What is that noise outside? Don't they know I'm streaming? And there we go. I think this is quite a nice way to open the box, because you could still use it to store Lego. Actually, this might be better. Quick tangent, this might be better for storing Lego. I have this one. All right. I have an old Young Jedi Adventures 4 Plus box, the Crimson Firehawk, which was a great set, and it's filled with my big wheels. The issue with this box, opening how I normally do, this is completely changing the way I've opened Lego boxes. Going forward, I will never open a Lego box like this again, because you've only got this top bit to access. if I want a chunky wheel at the bottom of this, I'm going to have to tip all of these out. Whereas with this box, which will now be my big wheel box, I'm replacing it with this. I open the top and they're all there. I can pretty much line them up on the inside, open them out. And we've also got paper bags. So let's not get too distracted with our tires. I will be doing that change at the end of the stream, just so I don't end up forgetting. But how many paper bags? For anyone that hasn't built this set, because I know a few of you have, how many paper bags are we thinking? I have built this set. I followed the instructions. I should know the answer to this, and I don't. And that's going to bug me. How many bags? Well, here's the thing. I'm thinking there's one bag for the forelegs. 1, 2, 3, 4. One bag for the head. One bag for the front of the torso. One for the back. One for the doors. One for the base. And I've already forgotten how many bags I said, but I think 6 or 7. 6. Oh no. 6, 7. What have I done? Oh no. This is going to end up on a short, isn't it? I'm not following through with that joke. Let's see how many bags are in. Okay, 5. Could be 6. Could be 6. We've got 8. 1. You know what? Let's. Why did those numbers come out my mouth? Oh, look at bag 1 is. Bag 1 is massive. What? Bag 1 is bigger than bag 1 in the UCS Slave 1. I'm counting that as 2 bags, just so we know. I'm counting that as 2 bags. Hello there, CJ, Captain Vaughan, welcome. Oh, this is a tiny one. 3. Bag number. Also, this is a perfect tray for holding these bags. All right. 4. 2. Is there another bag underneath? No. All right. 5 bags make up the Gingerbread AT-AT. And we've also got instructions. I did have a similar thing for the UCS Slave 1 because it has a lid and a bottom, same as the Dark Falcon, same as Mos Eisley. And I use this to hold all of the bags. We are getting this full thing built today. But look at that. Bag 2, leave bag 1. But we've got a nice tray for all our bags whilst we're not building them. Just need somewhere to store the box. And we're going to use the paper instructions. I always use the online instructions to actually, the reason I use online instructions stems all the way back to the early days of YouTube, because the desk I had was 60 centimeters by 30. I think it was it was definitely smaller than the screen right now. The desk I had originally was smaller than this, and there was just no room for the instructions. If I open this up, that's pretty much 60 centimeters is probably about 1.5 times that. Well, let's sizing it up to my desk mat. So that would have covered most of my desk. And you could probably see in some early videos, I slowly branched out and used bigger and bigger desks. But now we've got a desk big enough for the paper instructions, so we can have those up top and get this bag open. Though we are starting on step number 28. I think we're a bit too ahead there. Oh, thank you. I will check out the community after the stream now that I can access it on the computer. And before the end of the year, before we see out 2025, I think that's the rain that's just kicked in. I will be doing a live stream. Hold me to this. I will be doing a live stream on community posts as we can get them on the computer. I think that would be quite fun to look through. So any builds that you get throughout the rest of the year, and including that is the advents. I tell you what, December, let's get advent builds on the community. Let's flood it with all the advent builds and see who's building them first. Depends where you live. Definitely depends where you live. 3 and 4 are small compared to 1. I'll be comparing the bag sizes as we go. And there's more bags in 1. 1, 2, not quite a bag, but it is an extra container. I think that's empty. Too early, not Christmas. Clickbait. No, it is Christmas. It is. Christmas starts when the decorations go up, I think. We have a tree. Although saying that, you could just keep the decorations up in January and then you've just got Christmas year round. I don't know how I feel about that. Another brick separator. What do we do? What do we do with all these brick separators? The new one hasn't been tarnished. All of these have been used, and I do think all of the brick separators on the whiteboard behind me, all of them have been used, I think. I'm pretty sure they've all been used at some point, so I'm going to keep this one aside. Let's not tarnish that one, and I'm going to use one of my older ones. Perfect condition brick separator. Get a Ziploc bag for it. Hello there, Anthony. Just in time. Yes, just in time. All right, it's 7 o'clock. We can start building, and we start with Darth Vader. At first, I didn't like this minifigure as much. You may have seen not last year, January. I went back and had a look. January, I built this guy. This Phase 2 Gingerbread Clone Trooper, which is almost, oh, okay, camera looks a bit further off. It's almost the same color. It's more of an orangey brown than the tan that we've got. The nougat, I think this is nougat, definitely not dark orange. More of this color. Yeah, more of a Geonosis battle droid. But I really did like the Gingerbread Clone Trooper. Now we've got Gingerbread Vader. It opens the door for others. There are so many other characters we can get. Did I say tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday next week where I'm building the... Oh, no problem. We had time last night. I'm going to clip it up in a short so you don't have to go back and watch the entire stream again, though do feel free to if you want. But we had time at the end of last night's stream. We had already built a trombone, we built a tuba, we built a trumpet, I want to say, like a two-piece trumpet, and then also managed to build our triangle. So keep your eye out for that shot. Ooh. Okay, so this is a white cape, but it's been printed on. Let's overanalyze this. That's actually really nice because the white is just straight up white. Got the white on the inside as well. I'm not fussed that that's not gingerbread colored. I feel like the same reason with Vader, and like Vader's silver hilt breaks the blackness quite nicely compared to most villains that do have black hilts. The white breaks up the gingerbreadness of the torso. And I do think we should have had white around the arms. Printed arms we were never going to get on a set like this. But if we did, printed arms would have been the way to go. Even open these little bags. Any head in here? The tray also acts as a really nice recycling basket. Save these going over the floor. This is a hefty bag. Look at that. As for how many exclusive pieces are in this set, I don't completely know. I know Darth Vader uses 1, 2, 3, 4. This one isn't exclusive. That's definitely come out before. 5 exclusive pieces for Darth Vader. There's no head underneath. No printed head. There is a head. There's a nougat head, but it's not printed. And I've done the exact same thing for my Jedi Vader. That was Jedi Vader. Where did he go? Right, let me just find my Jedi Vader. No problem. No problem. Been doing whatnot. Oh, nice. That's not bad. Should you reinvest your profit? Oh, not all of it. Save half. Save half, reinvest half, and then keep increasing the savings. That's the smartest thing that I can say to do. Whether I would I reinvest it all? I can't say that. I can't say that. But here's Jedi Vader next to non-Jedi Vader. The difference between Jedi Vader and the Gingerbread Vader, you know what? Let's grab Darth Vader. This is the return. Oh. That's Empire colors. Green and blue. Blue's on Empire's Darth Vader, isn't it? No, blue and red. They've just changed red to blue. So that is still Return of the Jedi's Darth Vader. Yeah, that is Return of the Jedi's Darth... No, actually, I think that might be Revenge of the Sith's Darth Vader. All right, either way, we have our Darth Vader here. Do I have a helmet? Yes. Don't normally keep my helmets on my Darth Vaders. There's one around. Here's the three Darth Vaders. Our regular black one, our white one, and our gingerbread one. Gingerbread has the nougat head, the gingerbread head. And I've also stolen Sebastian Shaw's face for the Force Ghost of Anakin. And then regular Vader has the regular white head. Maybe that head would have worked. I feel like that head doesn't work because it's not accurate, but the plain white head creates a nice monochrome Vader. So alongside our space minifigures and our other collections, our holiday sweaters, we've now got a little Vader collection going. What Vader do we think is next? We do have the Summer Vader. We have the Holiday Sweater Vader. We've got quite a few Darth Vaders. But I can't help but think we're going to get another one in like a... That was last year, 2024. 2022, we got a special one. 2020, we got a special one. That's 2025 into 2026. I think 2027, 50 years of A New Hope, we might finally get an accurate A New Hope Darth Vader. We took a look at it last night in the... Wait, I've put that Vader in the wrong place. In the giant art set that is up there, the Alderaan being destroyed. But it's nice to have the gingerbread Vader. Look at that. Look at that one. It pays more than your job. It's crazy. It is crazy. Most places just pay minimum wage though. So that's why I took up being an entertainer rather than working for minimum wage. Might as well. Doesn't work for everyone, but it is nice when it pays off. That detail on the cape is so simple. It's a dotty cape at the end of the day. Like if I were to grab a marker and add some orange dots all over a nougat cape, would it look this good? I feel like there's something else. There's something else about this cape. Maybe it's the outline on the edge. And then the torso and the legs. Compared to the regular Vader, we've got the robes in the front. It's all very stylized like a gingerbread man or a gingerbread Darth Vader. And I do quite like that. I'm just noticing the crotch of this Darth Vader has been printed. There's like a silver outline on the crotch of this Darth Vader. Never knew that before, but it's so simple enough. I kind of want to go back and update my Clone Trooper. I like the way the legs are done, but I do think maybe what these characters need is white helmets. A little bit of white on the visor for the clone. And Vader here, much like the regular Vader needs the dark red eyes, this Vader, and the Infinity's Vader, I think could use some blue eyes. This needs some white eyes. Some eye printing in there. Really hard to get with a printer. Can't fault Lego for not doing it, but with a paintbrush, fairly easy for me, so I might do that. And we will be making a few more gingerbread characters as well over the course of probably not this week, but next week. In about, well, not upcoming week after, I should say. We want the Gingerbread AT-AT, but imagine an actual gingerbread house, but instead of a house, it's an AT-AT. Yes, actual gingerbread AT-ATs look so cool. Definitely need to make one of those. Out of like edible gingerbread. It's like the gummies we looked at yesterday. They were so cool. Now the build begins. Hold up. Huh, okay. Just says it's paper. I sure hope it is. A lot of the pieces in this set are not particularly new colours, which is the weird thing about it. A load of pieces that are rare, but they're just uncommon colours. Even the yellow. These yellow Technic bricks aren't the most common of elements. So I did want to part out a few more of these. Don't think that's going to be happening. And something that we missed with Vader is on the box. Whereabouts on the box? Oh, don't tell me it's the front. It is the front of the box. Vader's holding a candy cane. But Vader gets a red lightsaber, not a candy cane. I think what they should have done is get rid of that lightsaber and place the candy cane on the end of the hilt. Not just give Vader a candy cane, but give Vader like a candy cane lightsaber. I know it's similar to the Family Guy lightsaber with the end of it rounding over, but I think that this would have just finished off the set. Gingerbread Darth Vader is not going to have an actual lightsaber. I don't have many lightsabers in my kitchen, so instead you'd use a candy cane. It makes so much sense. Maybe even flip the candy cane. Come to think of it, a Dooku hilt kind of looks like a candy cane. Maybe a Dooku gingerbread man is what we need next. Found your celebration Vader without a head. Is the head the head must be exclusive. I didn't realize the head was exclusive. Still need to get my hands on that. The only thing is I have an extra Vader that I put aside for a celebration Vader because I was going to get an actual medal over the top as opposed to the printed torso that Lego use, and that is just a regular Vader with a medal for mine, but I don't know where I've put it. That's the problem. I put down a minifigure. I've now worked out a whole system for custom minifigures. I have the old displays, the 1x, well no, not the 1x, the 3x however many plates that I 3D printed with the one stud in the middle, and I've stuck like 3 of them to the top of my monitor. So all my custom minifigures and any minifigure that I want to make a custom of is placed there. And that's hopefully reminding me. I'm staying on top of it at the minute. It won't last forever, but whilst it lasts, it's been really handy having all the minifigures at my hand. Whenever I get a moment, I'm waiting for a video to process or got a few minutes before we go live, I always grab one and try to add a few custom parts, paint what's needed, let it dry throughout the stream, and do a little bit afterwards. It's coming very, very handy. Red at the front. Also, I don't think there's been any new Lego sets since last night, but we'll take another look Monday before the Minecraft celebration. Same time as this stream, well, same time on Monday. Red. So that red plate there means this is the front. Missed a step. I don't remember if I streamed the other AT-AT. I don't think I did. When we built this in grey, the Imperials, I think I built that pretty much as soon as it came out. I didn't wait for a stream. That was before the set was even out. Still very similar to this. The only big difference is I don't own the grey piece that connects to these. So when we built the grey AT-AT, I used a bunch of different Technic elements that still work in the same way. Not any better. Definitely not as good as the Lego one. But they still definitely work. I forgot which side's the front. That's the front. That's the front side. And all this on one bracket. They could... Oh. All this on one bracket. Hold up. Hold up. Because we've only got the tiles on the end, I don't like critiquing Lego sets, I'll be completely honest. But I wonder if you use a 2x4 bracket, that's not going to come through on the sides. Let me build the other side and then we'll see which one's best. I don't like the corners. Look how rounded that is. Again, it's easier to do with cake. You just chop it off. Ooh. I think I am going to switch out this part. I don't like making substitutions before I've built the set. But I do have that little head start that I have technically already built the set. Let's see how secure it is. We'll build both sides. And then we'll be able to fully make an informed decision. There we go. Once we've got both sides up and running, we'll know what we actually prefer. Hoping to start streaming on, because you can't on. To be fair, when it comes to streaming on any platform, because there are so many platforms now that you can stream on, aside from the big two, it's all about building a community. So it does start slightly slower at the start, but once you've built up that following, it doesn't matter what platform, even on YouTube, it does not matter if you choose a different platform, as long as you've got your audience on there. Yeah, there you go. Now we've got some studs on top. These aren't fragile at all. They're not popping off. So I think I'm gonna switch the 2x6 bracket. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to find a build that uses these and can't be substituted, because I keep using these 4x4s instead. 2x4s, sorry. And not finding much for the 2x6s. I'm sure they're not useless. I just haven't found their purpose yet. When it comes to streaming, as long as you can stay consistent and you're not trying to do too much on too many platforms, yeah, your audience will build and you'll find like-minded people anywhere. Nice. Now we've also got the rounded sides. You don't even need to fill the underside. Such a small gap. Oh, it's going to be covered anyway. probably not gonna notice. And then leave that to chill. Put that aside for a minute. Got to wait for the icing to fully set before you start building the rest. Hello there, Schnackles. Long time shorts viewer, first time stream viewer. Thank you. Not first time. You know what I mean. No problem. Thank you for hanging. It's definitely a small tuba. I've seen so many different instrument designs. Having a look into those ones. That are ideas. Ideas have a few big ones, and I think ideas is where the quartet, the jazz quartet, came from. We got a slightly bigger, well, quite a bit bigger than minifigure scale build. A nice color. And Vader's nougat. I think it's a nougat color. It's not quite a dark tan. It's the same color as the Minecraft chest element, whereas this brick here is more of a dark orange. Slightly different, which is our Phase 2 gingerbread clone. There we are. I think this is the connection of the head through the axle here. We don't have an axle yet, but it does push all the way through to the other side. Oh no, why did I do that with the bar? What? Oh, we've got a little Death Star. We've got a tiny little Death Star in the front, and it's floating. Oh, they could have printed that. Even a little dish on there. I don't think there are any printed elements. Well, we've got Vader. Vader is printed, but I don't think there are any other printed elements in this set. That would have looked awesome printed. Were we meant to put that down on the front? That's cool. Needs to be a flat piece. It does, doesn't it? Wait, let me grab a 1x1 tile and see how that looks. We need to swap out the bar for a clip. This can work. We've got a 1x1 stud. Only the best modifications here. There's the UCS Death Star. We've even got an interior around the back. Oh, that is fun. I do think maybe a flat piece would have been printed as well. Maybe a 1x1 would have been a slice of the battle ball would have had that print on the front. Could even get a little laser out the side. That makes it more realistic. Although we are building a Gingerbread AT-AT. A giant gingerbread four-legged Imperial machine. So realism is probably not on their mind. There's a bunch of Lego sets in here. Wait, why have we got studs? We've got this bracket down here. And then we've also got this snot brick that isn't level. This might be what I was talking about the button. I remember trying to add a button into this when I built the grey one. Something that we could use to push in the light brick, similar to the Luminous Ghost gift with purchase. And I couldn't quite get it to work. Because I do think this set would have benefited from a few lights. But if Lego would have started adding lights to this with all the lights that actually go on the exterior of the AT-AT, I don't think they would have known when to stop. And it would have become very... £55 already for this is pretty pricey. Yes, that's our green hidden piece. Oh, I should have used the green brackets, shouldn't I? Hide them inside. As this is a Lego set and not a mock, I don't think I'll be hiding a green element inside. If I get the opportunity though, if I get the opportunity, I will. That green present doesn't count. That's part of the official set. A round green present and a square red one. Was red and yellow the box that Vader hands to Palpatine? Is that Palpatine's mug in there? And could we get Palpatine's mug to fit? Gonna have to try that. We need Palpatine's mug first. If Lego could just release that. Why not? I'm sure they already had that planned. From the the 2022 holiday special? They'll probably scrap that design. Can we still get the presents? There's going to be a big door here. All right, I don't think these are meant unless we can pop it. Oh, there you go. You can slide it out by pressuring it. Actually, not too hard to put back in, and then you just pop them out. So as long as we can access both sides of this, those presents are accessible. That's a good use. In a Lego Star Wars set, you don't normally see many elements hidden that well that then can be removed. It's like it's the sort of thing you cover up. Place a few parts on top and Try to forget about it. So this, oh, it sticks out because you need to fit the 3x3 over the top. That's the closest connection I have ever seen. Fits absolutely perfectly in there. Tiniest little gap on top. That's nuts, actually. That's crazy. How perfect that fits. I wonder if that was added last minute. Looks like the rebels are attacking the Death Star. Don't remember this in the UCS version. Little fire. And does anyone else find it easier to build smaller builds as part of the bigger one, other than trying to build this in your hand and then put it in? So that's the way I definitely would prefer. That's the way I find easiest. But I don't like how close those flames are to our little battle ball. That is not regulation. That's a hazard. Is a little fireplace though. Let's pop this off so we can actually see the Death Star. It does look a little funny. That's definitely a reference for the Death Star exploding. There's it pre-battle having. There's it post-battle having. Up in flames. No chance of being rebuilt. Even a master builder couldn't rebuild that. Had to scrap it and move on. Oh. Weapon rack? Maybe. Welcome back, Form. How is everyone? We are good. I am good. Can't speak for everyone. Had a very busy day. And I tell you what, I had fish and chips. Had fish and chips for dinner. Really nice fish and chips. But I am absolutely stuffed afterwards. So I am ready to just to collapse. Ooh, this is a new element. New element for the channel, a green flower piece, and it's not a new element for Lego, but I still hadn't managed to pick up a set with these in. It's like a candle as well. It'd make a really nice candle piece. Flower element, you can get a flower in the middle of it as well. Or you could use it as a wreath. Oh, it's a Lego wreath. Tiny wreath. I feel like even Darth Vader would have a bigger wreath up at Christmas. Maybe this is just the Christmas AT-AT. Not specifically Darth Vader's. Vader's just taking it out for a little joyride. Oh. There you go. This is the first of 2 Star Wars builds this year that are Christmassy themed. And hopefully next year we'd probably still have the AT-AT. Maybe 2027 we could get another Christmassy build. All of these, I'd like to point out, all of these stemmed from that Christmas X-Wing that Lego gave to staff. And then we got the Falcon diorama, we got this. We were getting Advents beforehand, but not Christmassy Star Wars sets. And the fact that this is going to be available likely year-round till next year. They're not going to put it out for 3 months and then put it out for another 3 months next year. They're probably going to keep this on shelves throughout May. This is £55 towards your gift with purchase, or maybe even cheaper if they decide to put it on a sale. I think if they put it on a sale, this could sell really well. Don't like the stockings hanging different ways. Why is a stocking Do they all go to the right? Is that a stocking thing? They all hang that way? Yeah, that looks, they're all L's. Are all stockings L's? I don't know. Wait, no. I'm gonna have to Google this. Are all stockings L-shaped? Yeah. Okay, no, there's one of them. One of them hanging the other way. But they could be double-sided. I guess stockings are really double-sided. Huh. I didn't know most of the patterned ones do swing to the right. They are L-shaped. Has that always been the case? I just had a little look. It's the case behind me with our stockings. They are all L's. Has that always been the case? How does the XP thing work in chat? I kind of know more. It's based on, I think it's per stream. Let's have a little look. Who's top at the minute? Alf, top with 75. So it's based on comments in a stream. I don't think super chats help too much towards it. I think it's over time, as opposed to like how many comments. You get more points for sticking around, and then whoever's top at the end of the stream, maybe I'll start shouting them out. Maybe I'll shout out the top. I think it marks the top 3. So if you're in the top 3 by the end of the stream, remind me to not forget it. No candy cane. We got to use the lightsaber. Yeah, I don't know if it's built into something bigger. What could be really cool is similar to main videos. They now have hype for anyone under half a mil, I think it is. You can now hype up their videos, or maybe it's like 50,000, maybe it's a bit smaller. I know YouTube are changing it around still. For smaller creators like myself, if you enjoy the video, you can hype up their videos by giving so many points based on how much you watch it. Just chuck that. And I feel like the XP in streams could be the same thing, but for streams. Rather than hyping a video, the XP built by a community can then go to like hyping that stream. All they mean by hyping, all YouTube mean by hyping a video or hyping a stream, is it gets to the top of the trending page, or it's got its own recommendations. I don't think it actually helps push out the video, but it is pretty cool if you make that top, or it'll tell you where you are. Your video's been hyped and is now, and it's pretty cool to see how high that can get. I don't know where to find it. I haven't actually been looking at my own videos, but I assume if anything important happens, YouTube will send us a notification. It says to send messages in chat and use super stickers. Super stickers are like super chats, but stickers, I think. And you can also leave them on videos. Copied and pasted. At least we've got an answer. At least we've got an answer. So the leaderboard is a place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. Resets every stream, so you can always try again. There's definitely a little competition going on there. Oh. Missed the plate. Well, they could have got another panel in here. Bag number 2. Look at all these spare pieces. We've got an extra cup and a saucer in case Vader wants a friend round. We have a hilt. What was that clip for? Actually, if we have a hilt, we can add the hilt to the lightsaber. We do get a bonus hilt for the candy cane. I'm going to put the saber one side. We can't fit the hilt in. Oh yeah, we can. Just need to pop this off. We need to move this clip up to this 1x1 space, just on one side. The other side works fine for the candy cane, because the candy cane can be grabbed. But we want to flip this around and get it a little taller. So now we can get the lightsaber clipped in. Just like that. Now the lightsaber fits. There we go. I guess we should have the candy cane in there. Does it fit on the regular clip? Yeah, look, the candy cane also fits. Definitely fits better the other way around. One candy cane one side, one Vader's lightsaber the other. And Darth Vader can sit with his cookie. We get a spare cookie as well. Also the cape. The cape should fit behind the chair, which saves the cape being damaged just if you do sit your Vader down and forget about it for like a year. I'm even going to fold the lightsaber behind the cape so that it doesn't get caught, doesn't get crinkled, folded, and fits perfect in there. And then we have another cookie, another cup and saucer, and a few other spare pieces. I think I'm going to push those to the side. We'll keep spare pieces right there. But the cup and the saucer, they can fit in. A little cookie on the side. That'll fit under the saucer, right? Yeah. Just about under the saucer. And the cookie definitely belongs in Vader's hands. We'll see if there's room in the cockpit for him. And if there's room, more importantly, for the cookie in the cup. No, it doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Only a few flowery petals. Let's get bag number 2 and size it up to bag number 1. Because bag number 2, there's bag number 1. Bag number 2 is a pretty big bag as well. It's perfectly along, what's that line? I don't know what that line is. Fits perfectly along the line on my screen. So let's get this open. Torn very well. Definitely improving the perforation. Let's get a good look at this. Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. They're not improving it too well. It's only a paper bag. We'll recycle it in like a few hours. Was that? I thought that was minifigure legs. There's only the Vader minifigure in this set. But imagine if this is the set Star Wars Sneaker special figurine and I haven't seen it at all. Came out October 1st, so about a month and a half ago. We placed our order weeks ago for this. And it arrived actually quite a while. It was meant to arrive, so I've seen a few comments of you all ordering an AT-AT and it's gone on back order. And I think it's back order for quite some time. But this set was meant to arrive this upcoming Tuesday or Wednesday. It was meant to be arriving. And then I think it takes like a week from then. And it arrived quite some time ago. So fingers crossed, same happens for any of your sets you're waiting on. And they at least come this side of Christmas. That'd be nice. Any Christmas gift with purchases, Christmas builds? Crisp. That's up there. Hold on. Because that's at the bottom. Oh. Oh, I fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book. Didn't read ahead. Good thing these are easy to pop out. Another satisfying sound though. Whole thing was done on purpose, totally. 1, 2, 3, and so satisfying. Oh, not as satisfying, but still a nice pop. And a little, what is that? What? After seeing the Lego tiger that has a pink flower where the butthole is, what is this pink? I guess at least it's not down here. I would have questioned it if they put one on the back here, or if it was like in there. That might have been a bit too far. I guess it's a little chocolate or something. A little gummy. We have already built a gingerbread house this year. We built one for Halloween. Well, we built a Halloween one for Christmas. It's decorated like a Christmas gingerbread house, but it was using a Halloween kit. And we added quite a few gummies to that. And I don't think any of them look like that pink 1x1. I don't remember if they did. None that I was aware of. It's Gerald's house. Gerald just so happened to be a little gummy frog that we had in the pack, so gave him the entire deed to the house. And then I think Gerald was eaten at some point. Rest in peace, Gerald. Moment of silence. And back to the build. Few more. Oh yeah, these are like M&Ms, aren't they? Or Smarties. Little chocolate sweets. Bright green, bright red. But then why do we have pink? Oh, unless we've got like green and red on the panel. Green, red, pink, maybe some yellow. There's a few more green. Oh, white. White's close enough to yellow. Gotta remember that I'm streaming this and not get too captivated by the build of this. Just sit here for like an hour building this in silence. On Monday, I have got a few of my own custom builds, as well as the mini biomes. I got a few customs to build, and I might end up making some instructions. I would like to make instructions for most of the things that I build. The only problem is it takes so long. I mean, I used to make instructions for them. We've only got one. Unless I'm blind. Oh, yes, I am. Right there. I thought we only had one. Yeah, just don't have as much time whilst I'm editing and building to make a lot of instructions. So I think if I can capture up most of my builds on stream, it gives a good starting point for anyone that does want to build. And then I'll just keep building more. As opposed to making instructions for it. If something's really good or there's an alternate build that's quite simple to put together, I might switch that. But for the most part, I'm gonna probably keep these streams up, not lock them behind memberships or anything, and hopefully they're easy enough to follow along with, especially for like the battle packs as well, because we can get so many more alternate builds done. I think combining a few sets and a few of the battle packs can also build quite a few sets. Looking forward to what we build for the Advent this year. Mostly minifigures. That's going to be a difficult one to make alternates of, I assume. That's quite nice. These two tiles. Also got some brand new tiles, which are basically the double wide versions of these. They stretch this over a 2x2 space. They'll be very useful for Star Wars in the new year. Get some of those in a few sets, especially like the MIDI Scout AT-AT. That could benefit from tiles like that, keeping things flat. But I'm not too fussed about two studs. Not too fussed about two studs. Still no images. I was speaking yesterday about the Star Wars sets, how we've still got no images. We have 6 weeks. 6 weeks, give or take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 weeks until January 1st sets are out. Let's not wish Christmas by too fast. But 6.5 weeks until Christmas sets are, until the January 1st sets are out, and still no news on any of the Star Wars sets. We've got a few leaks here and there, but nothing official from Lego. No MIDI ships. Still don't know if we're getting any Smart Brick sets in the January wave. I think the rumors is they've been delayed until later on in the year. But it'd be nice to see, we've got so many themes now. And still only like half of the sets have been properly announced. Ah, is this connecting on like a snot brick? Or is it this way round? Oh, I had it upside down. No snot brick needed. The closer it gets to January 1st, the more I'm wondering if I should, like, the only new set that I'm actually looking at picking up for Star Wars is that battle pack. And I would love to pick up 2, but if it's going to go on sale because no one wants the 332nd, which the 332nd battle pack itself went on really nice sales, you could pick up 2 of them for the price of 1. They were 2 for 20 in Argos. Am I going to regret picking them up day one? It's a good set. I don't think I'd ever regret it, but, you know, am I going to want to wait it out and pick up more of them later on? We'll go for 2. Because looking at my January list, we've got a lot of Marvel sets. I think the Sandman's an easy day one. Well, I might even, yeah, I might even pick one up. It's a nice set to have. Just in case something happens to the figures, £20. If it goes on a really good sale, I might just pick up a spare to have the box on display. So I don't think I'm going to be breaking that set down. That's going to be a permanent feature on the Master Mouldie background. Red. One white. Oh, red, white, red. And... oh, hold up. This doesn't line up. This doesn't line up. What? Oh, well, a 1x3 would... it wouldn't work better. It on no planet does it work better. It'd feel better though. 1x3. Hello there. Yes, it's finally time. How does this clip on? Oh, the other side. Oh, hey, there we go. Doesn't line up at the front though. No, it doesn't. And we've got our candy cane turret. There we go. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 with that plate. 5, 6. Oh, and 7 if we're including that to make the side of the head. This doesn't look too much smaller than the playset AT-AT either. I know the playset AT-AT we modified to fit a few more seats, but you could get 2 figures in here. If you found a way to add some clips to the front bit here to keep this on by clips and bars, you could get 2 minifigures in this cockpit. Only need one. Only 1 minifigure with the set, but you could modify it. Yeah, it doesn't line up at the front. That is odd. There's no mistake. It just doesn't line up. It's just over 1 plate thick as well. I don't think it's enough to center the front if we increase that by a stud. How odd, how odd. One Christmas Stormtroopers, a gingerbread battle pack. Yes, please. A gingerbread battle pack. Gingerbread battle pack would be awesome. Get some snowtroopers, maybe some clones the next year. Keep them coming. Build our gingerbread armies. Now that we've got Darth Vader, we do need more minifigures. Because we did get the Darth Vader from the 2022 holiday special in the holiday vacation robes. I never got any of the other characters. So I think Lego have to now give us another gingerbread set for Star Wars, because if they just do this as a one-off, slowly, time after time, it's gonna lose its value in the aftermarket. It's still gonna be a great set, and I am a sucker for all of these sort of builds, any of the seasonal builds. But I do think if Lego make too many of these and don't add any more, people will get a little tired of them after a while. Whereas I think every year, if they switch up the era, maybe because we've got an AT-AT this year, next year they can do something for Mando, then they go back to original trilogy, then they go to the prequels, then they go back to original trilogy. Keep yo-yoing back to original trilogy. Lego knows that's a safe bet. Oh, I forgot a piece. There we are. Now we've got a Gingerbread AT-AT. What about a Gingerbread Snowspeeder? A Gingerbread Snowspeeder and a little Gingerbread Huff to go with it. Oh, did I forget some of these green and pink elements on the other side? 1, 2. I think I did. Let me double check. Don't want to be missing any parts to this build. Yes, same deal on the other side. 1 pink, 1 green. And neither side lines up. I quite like that, actually. I quite like that because it gives a white outline to everything. But why doesn't it continue forward? Same with the white that then kind of gets chopped off by this plate here. It seems like it doesn't line up as much, and it's not really to do with the size, because you could get another plate reinforcing that underneath. Maybe I'm being a bit too picky. I do like the white outline to the front, and that continues along the top, does it? Does it go all the way or almost all the way? Christmas snowtroopers would be, and honestly, not just gingerbread. I know the gingerbread novelty will wear off on some people after a while, but get some red and green. Red and green snowtroopers would look so good. I might have to recolor some of them. Get maybe like a red top, not like the Nova Core, a actual bright red top to the helmet. Look a bit like Santa's hat. And then get a green torso, red arms, red Karma maybe, or red shins. Trying to picture this. Now that's why we don't have any white at the top. But that still does continue the white outline around the cockpit. Pretty sweet. That's how we connect the head. And then an engine block. And there's the top. These are the old spare pieces. That's why I'm getting confused. Spare, 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 spare. And one more green tile. I get some holiday. It kind of reminds me of the Clone Trooper. Kind of reminds me of the Clone Trooper the Black Series did. Phase 2 Clone Trooper with the Christmas sweater design. Oh, this thing is super cool. Look at that. We've got a few lights on it. These could be translucent. Add a few LEDs under there. Do we have pink translucent tiles? I know red and green exist. Well, I'm pretty sure green do. Yeah, look. There's green. There's red. We're gonna have to see if there is a pink towards the end. There's orange. There's yellow. Oh, there's clear for white. Oh, look. There's a pink. Yes. Oh, we've so got to light these up. I don't know if I have enough LEDs to light them though. Anyway, now that we know that the colors exist, I can check that out later. Let's first get the head on this. How far is it going? Only 2. Ah. It sticks out a little bit towards the Death Star. And that's on purpose. Instead of it sticking out a little bit, what you can do is flip this around. Flip that around and it shouldn't stick out at all. Yeah, there you go. That was a quick fix. I didn't think that would work so well. And now we have an AT-AT snout. Look at that. No legs. Oh no, camera's low battery. What are we talking though? What's low battery? Does it say? Oh no, that's cool. It's just hit low battery. That'll be enough for today. AT-AT snout. Just need the shell on either side. So if you are building this, yeah, double check the head. It leaves a little gap at the front here, but you can't really see that. If you wanted to cover it up, maybe a stud on top and some bricks around the side. I think bricks might just be too much. Maybe get some 4 studs around the side though. That'd work as well. Look quite nice. One second. Close the window. Try and block out that noise. There is a medic stormtrooper with a green helmet coming to customs. Ooh, that would work nicely. Do I store Technic elements in the same type of container? No. No, Technic elements go in their own drawer. Here's the Technic drawer with all my Technic parts. I do have printed elements in the same Technic drawer, and I don't really know why that is. But we have all the other elements slightly different. Seen a mock online, someone bought 8 AT-ATs and made a snow speeder mock to carry it. Mad. 8 is a lot. Oh wait, bag 3 time. So we've had bag 1 and 2. Look at these. Let's get the AT out of here. Bag 1, bag 2, bag 3. It's like Russian dolls. You can actually fit bag 3 inside bag 2, and then bag 2 fits inside bag 1. Come on. At least packing this up is going to be nice and easy. But first we need to put all this out. Ah! Perfect. No small bags in here, but still small pieces. One more green. There we are. And this is the most unique element in this set. Comes in Bumblebee's set. Also another set. Does anyone remember the 3rd set that this comes in and the bags fit in the container? Which is the ultimate Russian doll. So, looping back to the start of the stream, 6 bags, 5 bags in a box, 6 containers. That's what I should have said. Got to be careful with my wording next time. 6 containers, totally what I meant. Yes. A lot of these 1x1s. I think on a build this scale, this size, these are all needed. Normally I do remove like the middle ones, but there's 3 on this dark grey patch. 1, 2, 3, and the middle one holds a 1 plate. So you can't really get rid of it because then that plate's going to fall off. And like I say, I'll bring down my other one because I do style it a little differently. But I like how these legs get put together. No escaping pieces. No, no, no. 1, 2. Missed one. Ah. No, I didn't miss one. I didn't miss one. Why? Oh, we've got like nothing to put that on. That just fall through. Okay, that goes through there, I guess. Maybe we've got an axle in the next bag. Also, do I need to be building 4? Yep, 4 legs. 1 hour. What should you do? Build Lego. Do it. Build more. More? That is the question. I have actually worked through a lot of my ideas list. I said about I've probably been saying this since I've been making videos, since I've been streaming them at least, that I've had so many ideas to work through, and I've got through most of them. Managed to almost clean up my schedule before the end of 2025, and I think a lot of the builds that I didn't get to do live on stream, I've got planned for Mockember. Stay tuned for that. A whole month of Lego themed builds relating to the Advent calendar. Lego Star Wars Advent calendar. I'll be building them every single day up to Christmas, and then on Christmas Day there'll be a bonus 25th video, 25th part, with an alternate build, something you can turn the Advent calendar into in the new year. But this year's going to be the hardest year to do that, because we get 14, 15, 16, 17 characters, I think, in the Advent calendar, which it's unprecedented. We've never had so many different characters, a lot of them brick built, but we've never had so many different characters as we've had this year. It's crazy. And I think we're probably going to get a similar ordeal. I don't know about next year, maybe the year after. Don't want to crack open sealed boxes. You've got an Inquisitor Scythe still sealed. That's a set that I would love to pick up. I think when I go to my Lego conventions, which it's inevitable that there will probably be a few more in the new year, you go to one, you want to go to them all. I've started down my convention path, but when I do go to another one, I've got a few sets that I've got in mind to keep an eye out for. One of them is Boba's Palace, because it's the cheapest way to get a Jabba the Hutt Palace. And I don't know actually if I could build that out of the parts that I've got. And the other one's the Inquisitor Scythe. And actually Cad Bane's Justifier, because that set isn't too popular, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of those. That would be a fun build. A little bit of Technic to secure that. Jabba the Hutt's Palace mock. Perhaps. I think a UCS Jabba the Hutt's Palace would, like a UCS Scout. I'm not waiting for Lego to do it, but taking matters into our own hands and mocking up a UCS Scout Jabba's Palace would be amazing. It'd be awesome. Unlimited parts, just going ham. It would be a long project. We'd have to take like maybe the first stream of every month dedicated to it. That would be a good build. Maybe 50 years of Return of the Jedi. I can't say that because that will come around a lot quicker than I'll realise, and suddenly I'm dedicating every week to a Jabba the Hutt Palace. I'm surprised Lego don't make a Master Builders Jabba the Hutt Palace. With all the content it's been in and all the little Easter eggs they could squeeze in. Even get the little cave where Luke finishes his saber. Which he does literally just before Return of the Jedi. Kind of crazy. 1, 2. I was right about one bag being dedicated to the legs. Did not think it would be the smallest bag. I actually thought it'd be one of the bigger bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's only one step. What would the gift with purchase be? Ooh. What would the gift with purchase be? If we got the Lars kitchen for the land speeder, if we got like a Camino gift with purchase for the slave one, if we got the what other gift with purchases, the TIE fighter for the Battle Ball, the Death Star. I think for Jabba's palace, it would have to be something that's linked. I tell you what, the perfect, I think this is the perfect gift with purchase for a Jabba the Hutt palace, and that is a little sand-colored rock with a frog on it, which so happens to be Jabba the Hutt's favorite food, and that was because I think when Lucas saw the artwork, he just said it looks like something Jabba would eat. So canonically, they made it his favorite food. Simple as that. When we first see the palace, there's like a frog that hops out. It's some sort of frog creature, if I'm remembering it correctly. And yeah, it'd have that. Rather, the Hut would have to be included in the main build. Lego couldn't make that exclusive to the gift with purchase, could they? Oh, it would fit with a Mando movie. Maybe we could get a. How would they do it? If Mando's gonna make Rotta popular, they could give us a Twilight with a different Ahsoka build. Saying that, oh yeah, no, it's a different costume. Yeah, we could get a different Ahsoka minifigure, and then a Clone Wars Anakin, a Rotta, and maybe that could be the set they give us a Dooku. Because Dooku's there, kind of more so as Sarge Ventress, who we got with Kenobi, with the V19. That was from the Clone Wars movie. I think they could do an Anakin, Ahsoka, Rotta, and Twilight. Like a £60 set. That would be perfect. That would be perfect for next year. Bring it out alongside a Jabba Palace. But they would have to have something exclusive. Maybe like a printed monk droid as well in the gift with purchase. They'd need a minifigure. Maybe we get an exclusive Ahsoka and Rotta. They capture Clone Wars fans, original trilogy fans, Mandoverse fans, aka like sequel fans. They capture everyone in a gift with purchase, picking up this Jabba Palace Day 1 for the Ahsoka, Rotta, and Frog Creature build. The monopoly on Star Wars fans. That'd be the ultimate gift with purchase, and still not really what anyone's asking for. But it would include so much at the same time. I think Rotta has to be in the palace. Don't they? But then if Rotta is inside the palace, how does Rotta get from Clone Wars to Mando? We still don't know where Rotta is in Mando. We've all assumed, I definitely have assumed, that it's Rotta we see in the trailer. With his glow up. But maybe Rotta's behind the scenes. Maybe Rotta's just the janitor. Maybe he doesn't own the pub. The fighting bar. The bar, not the pub. The battle pub. Now play dead whilst we attach these limbs. I'm also intrigued to see how Starfighter fits with it, because Skeleton Crew kind of works. It feels like it explains a bit more about Vane. But it still feels a little detached from the rest of the Mando story. It's a really nice colour, this dark orange. And I'm hoping that Mando's a bit more... not just Mando, Starfighter is a bit more entwined. Rotta's in your parts bin. That sounds like a flex. Is Rotta an expensive minifigure? Well sought after, definitely now. I don't know about expensive, but getting the small Rotta with, eventually we're probably going to end up with a big Rotta. Right, what's bag 4? What's bag 4 looking like? Comparing it to bag 1. Bag 1 feels about the same size as bag 3. If not exactly the same size as bag 3. Survive 8. Is that the same number? No, that was 813. 806. Oh dear. As soon as I complimented Lego on their perforated edges, it's not been the same since. No reason you can't open them like a bag of crisps. So many new elements in here. I can already smell it. We've got these brown ones. They were used on the 327th Star Core Battle Pack in grey. This is a recolor, a surprising recolor as well. It's an icing piece, but the first time we've seen it in white. So many birthday cakes have been built using this element, and this is the first set to come with it in white. I could not believe that when I found that out. I had to check on like every platform, Lego included now, thanks to their merger with Bricklink, and no other set has it listed. It took a Gingerbread AT-AT to get white icing. There's a bigger one. There's a bigger one in white, but not this 4x4. Oh, 60. £14.25. That's pretty good for raw. It's not too expensive, but it's also still, it's worth it. It's worth it for raw. I think they might re-release raw. I'm not going to go out and buy one just yet, but if the Mando movie comes out and Rotter makes any sort of a predominant role in that movie, I have a feeling that might go up by at least half. At least half by the time that movie's out. Huh. Oh, yes. I see. It's all coming together now. And we do need, what, 4 of these? I think I'm going to build these one at a time to save having 4 parts of feet. Yeah, it's only 2 pages. We can build these one at a time and then add them all together when they get on the build. You don't think Rotter in baby version will come back? I think the chances are so low, especially with some of the minifigures that Lego have given us in anniversary minifigure form, that they've said they're not looking to do those minifigures. I think if we're not getting a 5s in minifigure form, they're not really looking at Clone Wars figures anymore. Like Anakin, Kenobi, Ahsoka, sure. But if they're not doing 5s, I don't see them doing Rotter. But then Lego do always find a way of surprising us, don't they? Why have they? Lego have used a snot brick that creates a gap. There is a snot brick, and there's also a gap. Wait, there's a gap at the top. Oh! I apologize to all of you suffocating right now because I just sucked the air out of the room. My favorite Lego piece strikes again. I'm going to need to stop making changes to this build. This is genuinely my favorite Lego set I have built. The U-Wing was a blast. The U-Wing was a blast. But I think this is my favorite Lego set of this year. Potentially of a long time. We built the UCS Slave one. Hold up. We built the UCS Slave one. That was a good set. You know what? There was no improvements we made to the... I still need to figure out what's stopping the ramp from opening on that. I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna do that in December, whenever I have a break. But I didn't make any real modifications. We 3D printed a sticker. I don't think that counts. But for the feet of this AT-AT, if you have any of these off the Build a Mini wall, which I grabbed like half a box of these. Look at the dinky bag I've got left. This used to be a tub. And I've used so many of these in mock builds and like modifying sets that it's been downgraded to a box, and I'm now pulling out another 16 of these. Let's see if it works first. I might pull out another 16 of these to get these, which way was it? This way, yeah. To get these rounded parts built, because they go perfectly flat with the foot. So that will stop any of the plates coming up. And also, there's that stud width on top. So, this element, taking a closer look, sticks out by the same distance. Does it fit? Does it fit? Please, please fit. How does... Oh wait, that's square. Oh yeah, it should fit. Did I have it at an angle? It should fit, right? Let's see if we can fit it inside. We use one of them. So that needs an extra little bit. I wonder if this is thicker than a 2x2. Yeah, I don't think it actually fits. Why not? That must be thicker than a 2x2. No, that doesn't look thicker. Oh, I see. Look at that on the edge. Tiny little hole right there. But that sticks out. Oh, that sticks out. And it means that we can't, that's why they haven't got it all the way down. What we could do, let's see if we have any of this shade. If we put a 2x2 in between, that'll give it the same hole, maybe even a white one. Honestly, white icing. It feels like the white element would work. Either way, I really like this 2-stud tool, snot brick, because then we've got the tiles at the back. Thank you, Bevel Bricks, for becoming a member. Welcome to Stud Tier. You'll get your name on Master Mouldie's More Members Monolith. And I need to get round to doing that because we have the other members board down here. But I don't know where I'll be putting the new one. Stay tuned for that. It'll be done by New Year, I promise. Thank you very much. Oh, we've also got the issue of it not lining up flush. Oh no. All right, I think I'm going to take the defeat for this one. I'm going to be thinking on it though. Other ways we can flatten it. Surely there's a way we can get snot bricks in. If we had the snot bricks, because there's half a plate. If we had studs underneath, they wouldn't pop up. Maybe that's the difference. We replace the tiles with 1x2 plates. Don't know if I have enough 1x2 plates. I think I've got those two there and that's it. Keep that in mind. We can definitely make this work. The rounded off plate. Whoa, what's? Oh look, we've got a mismolded Lego brick. That's got a, oh, that's not a Lego logo. It's like the plastic hasn't been pushed in enough and it's the same on the other side. Didn't know we had that. That's pretty cool. And the icing would still cover most of the brick. Oh, or is that why it doesn't fit in? Because it's not got the studs. Oh, well, we can just remove the plate. What do we need? One plate between them. Oh, we're gonna make this work. We've got to make this work. This might just work by having them in loose. But we've got to make this work. We need half a plate. Ooh, we could, if we didn't want to use any extra parts, let's push these aside for now. Where's the other snot brick gone? 1, 2. Where's the other side? Wait, we've got 3. Where did I put the other one? Or has that just gone rolling? We'll find it in a minute. I bet it's somewhere obvious. What we could do is try to build something on its side. That way, these should stay in perfectly. But then it runs into an issue real quick because we can't put anything in the middle there. I don't know if 2 of these is all it needs, because the others aren't going to have the space to move around too much. Ooh. And it's not a full brick inside either. We need those with the shaved top. How many bricks should I just shave the stud off? The AT-AT is smaller. It It is a pretty small, for £55, it's a lot smaller than the U-Wing. A lot smaller. It's about the size, it's about a similar scale to the V19, I want to say, but the V19 was a lot chunkier because it was in a lot of white, I think it was. I think you are, Dash Hand. I think you are already on the members board. Let's have a look. Gives me a reason to show it off. I think somewhere around here as well. There we go. Right there in yellow. Shout out to all the previous members, and the new members will be on the new members board soon. As soon as I get a second, I will add you, or maybe even make a dedicated video about it, to how I print all of these tiles, because that has changed over the years. We've got flexible bricks, we've got translucent bricks at the bottom, tiles, and all of these are 3D printed, so your name will never rub off, permanently on there, with a brand new hook so I can add it to the wall. There we go. Just wanted to be in the Discord. Members do get access to a Discord. I'm going to be using the Discord a lot over the next couple of days. There's a few videos that will be using the Discord. There'll be things added to the Discord exclusive to members. I also show a few different sneak peeks and like behind the scenes. That's the word I'm looking for. A few different behind the scenes over on the Discord, so keep your eyes out for that. I do try to relay it to other members as well that might not have Discord. Does it fit? Does it fit? Does it fit? We know it fits. Why isn't it fitting? There we go. It's got a little rattle in it, but I think that works because it's flush with the bottom of the foot, and I like that. That is quite nice. Maybe even a white 4x4. There's a way to do it with these. The problem is that half stud. You'd have to have one side stick out further than the other. How long are we going to? Will it be the normal 7 till 10? Probably, yeah. Do quite like these regular 7 till 10 streams. We'll wrap it up once we're done with whatever we're doing at the time. I don't keep these streams exclusive to just what's being built. It means we're going to have a load of, what, 8 more of these snot bricks left over. And our AT-AT is going to be, well, like 20% of a stud shorter than usual. Order 66. Oh yes, can't forget the memes as well on Discord. Members brick memes. And just got to do this, what, like a million more times? 3 more times. At least anyone that wants to make a similar modification, it's plenty of time to take it all in. And then snot bricks. Oh wait. Oh, there's the other snot bricks. One. Ah. No, that's the same that we've just used, isn't it? We still need a half a. Is there any element that has like a bar on the end? Or a clip? Could we get a clip in there? There's got to be something. There's something that I'm missing out here. At the minute, we've just got the 2 snot bricks like that. There's not like a door rail we can use. It needs to be half. Oh, hold on. It might not work for my favorite brick, but it works for one of my favorite brackets. The brackets are the exact same as what we're trying to create here. Let's line these up. So one of these snot bricks and a plate is the exact same distance as one of these brackets. But if you look on the side, it gets rid of that 0.2 of a brick that we've been trying to eliminate. So that's what we need. Told you we'd get there. Told you we would get there. I think I have more black than anything. So just like the brackets on the top side of the AT-AT, let's get some black brackets in and make this improvement to the set. This is what we need. And at least they're in firm as well. It's a lot better than them just being held in by space, held in by not enough space to move. Trapped. That's what we call trapping a Lego brick. And these should all line up. And it's the similar ordeal to the 2-plate tool bricks. We just need the icing on top. So to make up that distance, I was going to use these rounded off plates. I'm going to swap them for, I think, a 2x4 black plate. I think a 2x4 black plate would work. One of these. Or 4 of these for the 4 feet. And then the icing should fit on top. We'll double check that. Oh, satisfying pop. Oh, wait, was that the new brick separator? Oh no, I just grabbed it from, oh no, oh no, I used the new brick separator with him. The good thing is that doesn't matter because that's not the side I was talking about. All my brick separators have scuffed edges where the Lego logo is. I would quite like to keep a brick separator in a pretty good condition, so the fact that we've used this end is fine, but I am going to place this out of my reach. I'm going to place this all the way over there so that I'm not tempted to use it again and instead use one that's already been scuffed. Imagine if we were pulling off a tile. Oh, that was so close. Almost too far. When am I doing the Droidica live stream? Honestly, I keep pushing it back. I don't know if I will finish the Droidica on a stream. I've still got the rest of the build here. What I might do is, like today, if we end up, because I did find the legs for it, if we end up finishing this build early, we might build a little bit more of the Droidica, and I'll just build little parts of the Droidica every couple of streams. Perfect. That's a beautiful foot. It uses 1 less piece than the Lego version, but still, no, actually more. It uses 3 less pieces than the official Lego version. Because rather than having the 4 snot bricks, we've got 2 brackets and 1 plate, but the snot bricks also need the 2 1x2s on either side. And we don't need any of the, oh, found it, found the other snot brick. Don't need any of those. Though I have quite a few of those in my collection as well. I feel like that's from a pick and build in stores. Has to be. Don't think I got many sets from that. That is the UCS Droidica, yes. So we started building this on a stream the other day, and the camera decided it didn't want to work. It was fully charged. I think it had an update. I think it had an update. I checked it after the stream and updated it, and it's been all right since. Oh. Except for the low battery today. I barely have to charge it. Yes, I've since updated it and it's worked perfectly fine. Terrible with updates. I always leave updates till the very last minute, literally very last minute. Sometimes I have to update like a program before I stream. If I'm ever late to a stream, I'm probably updating something. I'll get round to editing and it'll say, this version is no longer supported. Oh, God, update it then. That adds an extra hour to the clock. Oh. And that's lining up with the green and the red. On all 4? I feel like we can swap that around. Do I also play games after streaming? I don't, especially because I'm streaming from the UK. So by the time I finish streaming, it is 10 p.m. and I'm usually too tired to play games. But I do hope to bring game streams somewhat back, because in the new year, I think I've got a lot of bigger projects on my mind. So there'll be a lot more smaller builds and a lot more time for games and talking about sets. So I do hope to bring a few games into it. I am enjoying, again, haven't played Fortnite much this season, but it's a great season, the Simpsons season. I played it once since the donut update, and in one game, I think we got in the one game we got like 3-4 donut storms, which I suppose if the game goes on long enough, like there's nowhere else on the map to hide. There's just donuts everywhere. But that's fun, and running along with the donuts, trying not to get crushed. I think that's the game I'm playing most at the minute. But there's even a few games. Brotato, I tell you what, I have played Brotato since I streamed it, and I've got to the next stage. Me and my fiance love that game, and we've got to, I think, the final stage now. The final stage of Brotato. If you don't know what Brotato is, I think you could find a clip of us playing it if you just search Brotato on the channel. But it's an awesome game. Little tabletop style, like overhead style, arcade style game. But it's really fun. Not to mention the Lego games as well. If there's a Lego multiplayer game you want to do, I'm in. I don't know if Lego Party, which is a Lego take on Mario Party. Love Mario Party. I don't know if Lego Party is like a open multiplayer one, but then I'd have to get the stuff to do it. I don't know if it's on PC. So then I'm looking at, buying a Lego set is quite easy. Buying a console to stream from and that sort of stuff is a nightmare. It's expensive. And then I've got to make whatever console it is work with the computer. Nintendo, don't like it. I think PlayStation, Xbox is the easiest. PlayStation is also a lot easier now than it used to be to stream games. A lot easier. That used to be a pain. Sometimes you can even do it straight from the console. But there is a Lego multiplayer game, and there's also another Lego. It's like Lego. I think the first one was Builder's Journey, and I have played that. Did I finish that? I don't remember. See, that's the sort of game that I can just hop on. That's a fun one. I'll have to see if I did get round to building that. Maybe there'll be the odd stream pop up of a game. Just watched the Friends episode where Monica's plate breaks. I was watching Friends earlier. What episode? See, with Friends, it's all just such a blur. And the episode earlier was a montage episode where it was showing a bunch of different clips from older episodes. But I do love Friends. My partner, my fiance is absolutely scarred with a Friends intro. She's moderating the chat, so I'm sure she will agree for this. But over lockdown, when we were when we'd moved into our first flat together, we had a neighbor who was it was lockdown. We had no other place to be. We were in the flat the whole time. Our neighbor was in the flat the whole time, and must have been every single hour, we would hear that intro just randomly blast out of the windows where we're trying to like air out the flat, and you could count on it. PTSD. Told you she'd say the same. Why do we have so many bows? Oh, I forgot step 1, 2, 2. Oh, at least it's only one side. That's all right. But I love Friends. Yeah, that's all right with me. That can be blasting. Anytime an episode pops up, it always takes us back to that flat. Early lockdown days. A lot of Lego built then. Actually, it was that time that I built the 2012 Venator. I had that set on my list for so long, and that's the very first set I parted out and didn't build the instructions for. I'd built a load of mocks before that, but that's the first set that I had bought the parts for, as opposed to buying a sealed box. And it's kind of led into that looks funny. Kind of led into parting out most sets today. 1, 2. I think Friends is up there with Clone Wars for me. Like, that's how high I hold it. Any of us play YouTube Playable? I tell you what, I have done, but not often. Not often, because they pop up on the YouTube homepage, but it's only mobile, isn't it? It doesn't pop up on the internet, on the web page, which is where I view most of my YouTube, which when I'm not recording, streaming, or editing, I am watching something on YouTube. Someone designed, and it's not Lego. Again, still not watching a lot of Lego, which is surprising, because that is like Lego and Star Wars are my big two. But I'm quite into techie, either people playing games or watching. What I get all of my trailers 100%. I was speaking yesterday about all the trailers I've watched. 100% of my trailers are watched through a reaction to that trailer. It's nicer. It's nicer when you're watching something with someone else than if you just, bring it up. Semi-close. And let's compare this bag to bag number 1, as we've done the rest so far. There's bag number 1. Bag number 5's wider. Bag number 5's like bag number 2. So we're finishing with a pretty big one. I think that's where all the bags went, because I said 1 for the head, 1 for the legs. I feel like that was correct. Was it 1 for the head, or was it 2 for the head? And then we had 2 for the body, 1 for the lower, 1 for the upper bit. Was it, or was it 2 for the head? I can't remember now. The final bag. No small bags. 1 small bag. But there's no small bags, and a reef. That's 100% a reef. Can't convince me otherwise. Been on the back, right? Yeah, Friends is that sort of show, though. I think Clone Wars also 1 red, 1 green. Oh wait, and translucent. We got some studs. Oh, could have used studs instead of tiles, couldn't we? I didn't even think of that. They've got the Lego logo on them as well. A lot clearer than a tile does. Is this? Yeah, this is one of the big panels, but we're only making 1 of them, not 2. We need both of the spider webs. The newer ones, without the studs, we've got the bar holes on either side. The bar holes, just want to specify, after yesterday saying a few things dodgily, the bar holes, YouTube, bar holes, the holes for the bar. Cusco's poison. The poison for Cusco. Wrong lever. Ooh. Ooh. Are there any marks? There's a little something here, and there is some sort of scratch along the front, but it's probably just where the pieces have been rolling together. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Oh, there. No, where was there? There's like 3 tiny little marks on the front. One of them's gone, but that's just Lego. That's Lego wear and tear. Lego's recent trailers, I've noticed, have been really like scruffed Lego bricks. Like the prints on the minifigures are fading on the torso. And I think they are using Studio more. Maybe not for their trailers, that's animated elsewhere, but maybe they're using Studio designs, because you can change the wear and tear in Studio, and it does feel like it goes from being a brand new Lego brick to suddenly it's been like used for a decade in the matter of the tiniest little scroll. Oh, hold on. I'm building this mirrored. Look at that. And the reef hidden on the back. Oh, so when we have one door open, we can see the reef on the other side, but then we don't see the reef on that side. I think that's the case. And then again, more lights that would need another LED if there was a light kit. I have seen a light kit for this. It's more expensive than the set. The set retails for £55. The light kit I saw was £60. But it's not lighting up any of these. It's just lighting up the studs on the side. And I think there might have been some lights somewhere, hooked somewhere on the front. There's no translucent tiles though. Maybe they hid some lights in the side here. It's mostly that just the lights on the side. It would be nice if they swapped these out for translucent studs tiles. And that holds it out. Quite a low hanging reef, unless it's upside down. 1, 2, 3. And remember, this is only one side, so this is going to be different on the other side. It's not the same build. Which I don't know if I believe. I don't know if I believe that. It feels like it's going to be symmetrical. There's got to be something we're still yet to do. Oh, 2x2 on there. I feel like every time I'm building a Lego set, I'm just treading so carefully. I'm like, but is it? Are Lego trying to catch us out with this one? The trust or lack thereof with a Lego set. Like it's some sort of prank. Like Lego are going to jump out and go, ha, got ya. 1, 2. I wonder if the reef is what's not symmetrical. If so, I feel like that could be a little annoying if the reef isn't symmetrical. That's a nice reef though. Even just. No, 2 of them looks better. Is it the bottom? Maybe it's because it fills up the top. That is a really nice reef. That's a nice boulder. And then this holds on the side, does it? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because... No, because then we add it. Then we add it to the front. Why, if we built the 4 legs together, have we not built both of these together? I am going to go back through these instructions when we're building the other side, just to see if it is the same thing, left and right. But this is the left side. I'm not seeing a plate. I'm not seeing a plate to go over the top. And that's quite a decent sized gap. Perhaps we will have... There we go. Perhaps we will have not this bit here. We just need some big tiles to go in the middle. Yeah, that'll be all right. We don't need it 6 wide. We just need it 4 wide. But let's get building the rest of the left side. No, wait. Okay, no red on it. No, there is red. That's all the same. Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. That's the difference. That clip is on the right-hand side there, the left-hand side there. I feel like that could have been the same. Maybe that could have been placed on afterwards when we place on the ropes. Would have made this what? The instruction manual would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages shorter. Doesn't save much. Actually, it would save a full, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would almost save 2 full pages in the instruction manual. Lego don't need to crunch those numbers. Hello there, Dominic. I could check out the community at the end of the stream. That's a good idea. Can't wait to get the Lego MTT. It's such a good set. I can't wait to pack that thing full of droids, because I will be getting it. But again, with purchases on the channel, I think a lot more purchases recently have been behind the scenes and have been rather than just straight up buying Lego, have been investments for the channel going forward. So I am looking forward to getting this year's sets in next year's sales. And I feel like building alternates a year down the line is better than building alternates straight away. Because even for me, when I build a set, I like to have it on display for a little bit of time. And then I break it down. Okay, what else can I build with it? Perfect. Nice panel. Just straight up, this is the plain Imperial panel. If you were building this without the Christmas decorations, it would look like that. And that's a nice panel. I can appreciate a nice panel. I think I said this when I built the last side. I'm getting deja vu here. I said something of the same effect. I just can't remember what. Probably deja vu from building the same thing over again. Hold on. Flip it that way. That arrow is misleading because it says to flip that way or that way, or is it that way and that way? Because if you flip it that way and that way, you've just turned it by 180, that way and that way. I feel like it should just include that top one. So you've got that build there, and then you flip it vertically. You flip it vertically unless, oh, hold on, because it's at an angle, flipping it vertically would do that. And then you flip it horizontal. Nope. That still ends up with the exact same thing. Never mind. Just flip it vertically. Thought we cracked it. Oh, that's... Ooh, that's going to be for there. This on the next page. Ain't even got there yet. And then this is for that bar. This is pretty much the extent of Technic in Lego Star Wars sets, and I'm here for it. I am here for the lack of Technic. Like I said yesterday, the video's coming soon about the London trip, don't worry. We've got a load of Star Wars sets recently that could perhaps have benefited from Technic, or at least would have used Technic in the 2000s and the 2010s, and they've really toned down on it, which makes it a lot easier for newer builders. It makes it a lot nicer. It's a lot more pleasant to build with one Technic beam than it would be to try and connect this to a central Technic system on the inside of the AT-AT, taking up space where we could get a nice living room for our Gingerbread Vader. Is the reef the same? Yeah, the reef's exactly the same. Which means it's not the same, because if this was symmetrical, they'd be moved over to the side. Literally the only difference is that. You know what? That's my improvement. That's my improvement for this. Move the clip along, build it on the side. If you don't get this set this year, don't worry, because I do think next year, especially around May time, you might see a sale on this. I don't know if they'll save the sale for the end of the year. Why is... Oh! Our modification with the lightsaber is blocking it. We can't actually fold it in because the lightsaber is getting in the way. Well, that's a bummer. All right. Let's fix that saber. Oh, what? Could we have... Wait, could we have done that earlier? Oh no, because the top bit of the top bit's come up with that. All right. I think we might have been able to do that earlier. And that does mean we're going to have to break the laws of physics and get a lightsaber clip holding the actual lightsaber blade. Just like the candy cane, we don't have the space for the lightsaber hilt to be held. Oh, hot, hot. There we go. There we go. I wonder if this gives us enough space. This might still not give us enough space. The lightsaber just might totally not fit. One way to find out. Oh, it's so close. It's like so close. The candy cane works because it's out of the way. It's tucked. We could even get it folded inwards. We could get that folded inwards, but the lightsaber just doesn't. Oh, that's slightly annoying. Can't even get the lightsaber out. There we are. So we could fit another candy cane. We don't get a spare candy cane in the set. That would have that would have been a lovely element to have got a spare of. But then Lego would give us so many spares in sets, wouldn't have room for them. We can't fit the saber up there. We can fit just the glowing bar. Or can we? No, just not. Keep knocking Vader off. Put this set in. You put this set inside the UCS AT-AT. That is sick. It's like a little gingerbread one they've built. We probably could get like a horizontal. If we could have a slight angle to this. Is there any way to slightly angle it? Oh, yeah, with a bracket. We could slightly angle it with a bracket. Is it worth it for Vader's saber? Would it even fit? It would fit pointing out. Actually, that's the way to go. Right. Gently remove just this top. And we're replacing this 1x1 clip. Rest there. Don't move, please. We're going to replace the 1x1 clip with a bracket and then a 1x1 tile clip. That is given that I have those elements. Oh, I have 1x2s. 1x1 pointing up doesn't help. Only pointing down. Oh wait. I have a ton of orange ones. Here we go. So we've got a nougaty, I think this is a dark orange. No, it's a dark orange. A dark orange 1x1 bracket. And then the clip on top will be able to angle pretty much whichever way we need. We can have it 90 degrees, we can have it slightly more, slightly less. And that is going to swing our lightsaber out because that gives enough space for the hilt, for the side, for basically everything. Look at that. Maybe a little bit more. Nope. Maybe a little bit more. It'll be a lot stronger once we've got the plate on top. Hopefully you all saw that. And now, oh, it sticks out just far enough to go in between the plates. Please fit. Oh, it fits. It fits. Turn into Darth Vader with all the gasping. Fits perfectly. Vader's lightsaber, easy to grab because it's just, you just manhandle the blade here and it's not being held up by the lightsaber blade. Retracting Lego lightsaber blades when? The lightsabers that just shoot out of their hilt. Definitely not health and safety nightmare. Definitely not. And now we've got the clip on. We've moved that across though to make it symmetrical. There we go. Studs will work. Studs will work, but a wire. Yeah, because these pull out. The tops pull out before they pull up. So you could get a 6-wide top. But I think 4 studs is nice because it gives us that detail underneath. Lego have really struggled, like with the head. Lego have really struggled to get that detail lining up on top. So they're not going to cover this up. That's what the plates in the middle are for. And then I was wondering how they were going to cover up the reef, because when you open up the door, you can see the reef on the other side. I was wondering how they're going to cover that up. So if you looked at it from the other side, you can't really see the reef. With all the lights and decorations, it's not that noticeable. We'll take a look at the interior from the outside a little bit better towards the end. Let's separate the spare elements, I guess. It's lightsaber in spring-loaded shooter function on R2-D2. When? Could you imagine? I guess you could launch... I'm surprised they haven't had a spring-loaded shooter in R2 just to shoot out. I wonder if you could fit one in the Malak R2-D2 again, the one just up there, because you could then blue tack a lightsaber to the end of one of the blast pieces and just fire that out of R2's head whenever. That would probably also be very dangerous. Too dangerous for a Lego set. But how fun would that function be? That's going on my list of ideas. Thank you. I'll have that. A spring-loaded... Yeah, that... As a big Return of the Jedi fan, that would be awesome. Oh, even Clone Wars. What else? I like it in Revenge of the Sith when R2-D2 just has everything pop up. He just goes crazy. It's the equivalent of like pulling a funny face to distract Dooku. No, Grievous to distract Grievous. It's like one of my favourite moments from Revenge of the Sith. Just R2-D2 going crazy. What way? That way? I also like the use of these white pieces to just fill in little gaps. Not even fill in little gaps, because they would close. This is the detail. This is why I haven't gone on at Lego for like the head, and I've allowed that because of all the little white details that are going to be visible from the outside. The little thin bits of icing that are they even half a plate? That's like base plate thickness. I think that's half a plate, but that might even be... I don't know. It's not half a plate. It's a plate minus the height of a stud. That sounds like half a plate. Or is it a plate minus the stud? Yeah, the stud and the Lego logo, which is a bit more than half. Ooh. I don't know exact numbers for that. A bit red. Oh, keeping the candy cane colours. I think this whole thing should have been white. 1x5 should have been white instead of tan. Why is it tan and not white? Do I have any? I've just used a ton of them in white for Alderaan. Oh, I think I've used them. Oh, wait. Yes. They are my last two. A lot of 1x3s. They're my last two 1x5s. Get in there. Fun fact, the spare pieces are only there because the machines in the factory can't tell the exact amount because of how small they are. That's... Alright, I have worked... I'm talking about working in retail before, but I have worked in a bank, right? And they use very similar mechanisms in a bank to what Lego use in sets. So when a Lego machine weighs pieces out, including one is no harm. They weigh it out to include an extra one, because if a bit of plastic that has come off the mold, or if a part, especially these small parts, if not enough plastic has got in the mold, if something goes wrong, it's better just to add one than to get a few complaints back. Very, very smart business move. Other companies need to get onto this because there's so many of the nano bricks. The nano bricks always come with some random parts. When I was building my, where is it? The West Ham coach, and there's a West Ham football. I got some parts that weren't even included in that build. Why do I need elements that aren't in the set? They just some companies throw in a handful of like every part, and then Lego include one of the spares. That is true. It's always the same quantity of spare parts, and it's included on Bricklink. Bricklink do include spare parts, but this brings me back to my work in the bank, because it's the same machines essentially that are weighing out like coins and stuff like that. So why do Lego give you an extra piece for every other small pieces, and arcade machines never give you an extra 2p, or banks will never give you 1 penny over the amount they can afford to? Trust me, banks can afford to banks can afford to give a couple pence away, a couple pounds, a couple grand away sometimes, and they do. There are other ways that they give, and there's a few fun little competitions. I don't know what banks do anymore, but why don't we get a single penny more from banks? But Lego give us, what's this? Why 1x1 plate worth what? 0.5 of a penny? So if they're all worth half a penny, because a lot of Bricklink sellers do value them under a penny, so you need to buy like 2-3 of them per penny. That's a couple of pence that they've given us extra, but banks never do. Never do. Never do. It is down to the machines though, in the factories weighing them. It's similar to if you're baking a cake. If you're baking a cake, it's better to go 1 gram over than 1 gram under. And I do tend to go like a gram or so over. I mean, when I'm weighing it, and I never really weigh cakes or anything. They turn out so good though. They don't need to be weighed. Wait. Oh, whoa, I've skipped over an entire... When was that there? No, that wasn't there a second ago. Did I just completely miss it? Okay. I think that's built how it wants us to build it. And this is the front side. Again, probably going to be a symmetrical build, but that means it's built in the opposite way, mirror image of this front one. So let's build the back one first. Same with eating cake, better to go over than under. Yes, true. If you have one slice and a bit of it falls off, or if you fancy a second slice and you go back for half a slice, you know, it's technically just a bit of extra from the first slice. I like that one. And that's extra on the bottom. Haven't seen one of these round, have I? The V19, I think, did have some of these. The Arc 170 did. I don't think the U-Wing did, but I think there has been sets this year that have used these round pieces, but I still don't see enough of it. I'd love to see a few more. I think I just like the piece because it looks like a, especially the tan one, looks like a Milky Bar, white chocolate button. That's a good piece. I never switched out the tan. Oh, well. If you do want to make that change, I do recommend getting 2 1x5s, and there's also some just down here, some tan elements. Why tan? Why Lego? Why tan? Why not white? Why not black like the other side? The back side of the AT-AT, just through there, that's a black plate that meets up with this tan one. Sometimes I do think there's no rhyme or reason, and that's just the color they decided to go with. Maybe that's the color that's in the most sets, because as well as sets on shelves now, we've got to take into consideration that this one's not going to retire till possibly 2027. I think they're going to retire it 2026, December 31st, maybe January, February 2027. But that's really cool. But let it live out the December and winter months. Maybe even put it on sale for quite a period. I think the Falcon was still on sale and selling by May of the year after it retired. Allegedly retired. And that was only available through lego.com. Do I add the decorations first? Yes. I'm gonna stick with Lego on this one. Might be a little easier. Stay there. One. Are these all covered? Do we have one in the middle? Oh no. So 4 and 4. Fairly straight forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Hello there. It is evening here. Or it's coming up tonight. It is coming up tonight. 1. Oh. 1, 2. Okay, these. Wait. Why are these not? Wait. Wasn't. Why are these not straight? Is there a trick to straightening these? Ah, yes, look, there's mold marks. There's mold marks on the back. So we can align it with those. Not only does that help to center the element between the two holes, but we can also line it up. And now they all should be straight. Perfect. Straight lights every single time. Sunset at 4. It is saying early. I wish in London it would set that quick. I felt like I was waiting ages for the sunset just to see all the Christmas lights come on. Took so long. It was fun. We got to do so much, but it did take so long. And there we have our lights. The lights feel like they're like red, blue, yellow, green, green, yellow, blue, red. I feel like red, blue, yellow, green, red, blue, yellow, green. But again, that's maybe just the way I would have had them. It does feel like that's the right way to, like if there were a pack of lights, that's the way they would be. Maybe that's more reason for not doing them that way. And we're twisting them outwards. So the lights can be seen. Whoa, look at that. I think I'm going to add these to just regular Star Wars builds. Like, add these to my grey one. Add these to my grey one. Maybe make a little Christmas tree AT-AT. I think this is starting a tradition on the channel. Last year, we did make a Christmas... I think it was a reindeer AT-AT. Could you imagine 8 of these? We were speaking about someone who had... What was it? How many did they buy? And they had them all lined up. I think 8 of these, 9 of these maybe, in front of a giant sleigh for an upscaled Santa would be an awesome build. That would be cool. Need more Naboo Royal Guard figures. Oh, yes. Would be cool. 16 euros they are. And the set is 50 sealed. Or I'd like one of those green speeders. I think that would be... We have a sig fig for the channel. If we had... We've got 2 of those. I don't know where the other one's missing from. We're missing one from... All the legs are solid. No idea. If we had a sig vehicle of the channel, I think it would be a Naboo speeder. I do think so. That would be cool. Lego is Lego expensive in my country? It's getting a bit more pricey. It's getting a bit more pricey here in the UK. Oh, can't forget about that red light in the middle. That breaks it up nicely. But I still think it can be affordable. Some sets are cheaper in the UK, especially compared to America. I think a lot of countries are looking good compared to America. There we go. One red light in the middle. I'm happy with that now. Now it makes sense. Minecraft. We did a video like a year ago, and I think Minecraft's even cheaper than it was a year ago in terms of parts per piece and the actual the quality as well as the quantity of the pieces we get. But Minecraft was the cheapest in the UK, and of that, Minecraft was the cheapest of Lego overall. So that's a good shout for the UK prices. But some sets some sets have been increased more than we'd like. Especially Star Wars. I notice him with Star Wars. Sometimes I do think to myself, genuinely, if I were to pick up a whole wave of Lego Star Wars sets later on in the year, it would be cheaper for me to get a day ticket to Paris, go have fun in Paris, and pick them up in France than it would for me to like pick them up. I mean, there's no Lego stores near me, so you're adding a ticket on top of that anyway. Ticket into London's not far off a ticket into Paris for the day. But it would be cheaper for me to go into Europe, into the EU, into mainland Europe, and pick up an entire wave of Lego sets as opposed to picking them up in the UK, which is a crazy thought, but I think Lego know not many people are going to be doing that. That would be a really fun May 4th, especially if Star Wars Celebration was in France. When's the... I know it's just been in France and I almost went, but when's the next one? Or is the next one in France and I almost got tickets for that? Master Mouldie Star Wars Celebration in Paris. That would be an awesome stream. If they'd give us a little booth, that would be an awesome stream. It'd be nuts. Oh, that's the dream right there. Where there? I was thinking Lego, you think Lego's only made a gingerbread Vader? Gingerbread minifigures? Yes. Only a gingerbread Vader so far. We do have a gingerbread Phase 2 clone trooper though, that I made custom at the start of this year. It was from a idea last year actually, and I will be this year making, hopefully in December. Hopefully 2025 my prediction will come out, because we tend to get leaks quite early for the advent calendar, but I will be predicting next year's advent minifigures, as well as taking a look at what I think the advent could be, because the advents have been, we'll get into advents I think at the end. We'll take a look at the actual advent values, because they've all been really great value this year. Oh, the final lights for the AT-AT. We picked up we actually have 2 of the Star Wars Advent, thanks to my aunt, and thanks to my great aunt. And the great part about being a great aunt is the Lego. But we have 2 Star Wars Advents and a Harry Potter Advent to build this year. I am super excited, building the Babu Frick army. I was so tempted. I went out today, like I said, for the Smiths Black Friday deals, and came away empty-handed. Almost bought like a bag full of Funkos. So many good Black Friday deals on Funko. So many X-Men ones as well. Magneto, Storm. But I almost picked up another advent calendar. I got mine for... I did get my Star Wars one for 20 quid with a £5 off Smiths, and then they had a further £5 off Lego. So I got it for a really good price. But £20 for the base price of an advent is good. You stack that, I mean, you'd have to pick up like 3 advents or the advent and a battle pack to get another £5 off. I've never seen advent so low. Not this soon. Normally they drop to like around Black Friday, they will all drop to £25. Sometimes the Star Wars one in store will be £20. But at Smiths you can order it online. £20. It matches. Oh, actually it's $19.99, isn't it? So you have to spend 1 penny for free delivery. I wonder if they'd still charge you for $19.99. Probably. So you would have to pick something else up. But that's cheeky, that is. I would rather pay like $21.99 and not have to pay the £5 delivery. They know what they're doing there. I'm going to assume each of these are dupes and that I've missed. No, I haven't missed. Wait, did we get another spare tile? Maybe it's been a few bags. since we built the last one. And then twist the outside. Hold on. Wait, this is different. Is it? Or is it the same? Oh no, it is the same. I didn't realize. Oh, as the camera died. Oh. No. I'm welcome in the Netherlands if I plan to do so. Thank you. Did the camera actually die? No. It's dying. It is dying, but that's okay because we finished the build. So let's take a look at Lego Star Wars Gingerbread AT-AT. There we go. We finished it. End of the instructions. It does droop down a little bit at the back. And there are all the parts needed. If you do want to build this, there you go. Who needs bricklaying? I'm sure I wasn't covering all of the elements. But here is the Gingerbread AT-AT. This is such a cute build. I will say I have found a new appreciation for all of these midi scale and smaller builds. These are so cool. And the shuttle that came in the UCS Death Star, some of the sets that we've got next year, I'm actually excited for. They're going to be expensive. The Smart Brick is definitely raising prices. But I'm waiting for a sale. I encourage you to do the same with the Smart Brick. If it takes off, they're going to be really cheap. If it doesn't take off, they're also going to be really cheap eventually. But we've got a few things about this, including the fact the whole side raises up and tilts over. Rather than just the middle panel on normal AT-ATs, we've got the cape stuck. Save Vader's cape. No, candy cane, be gone. Don't want to be ruining that cape element. That's a nice one. And also, how easy is it to get white Lego capes? Because you could print on a Lego cape at home. You wouldn't even need a UV printer. You could just could you glue it to a bit of paper? Maybe you would. I wouldn't recommend a decal. But that cape looks awesome, and so does the AT-AT. The presents can slide out if you open both sides, which is possible. You just pop your thumb on one side of the presents, give it a little push, and they both fall right out. Look at that. The Slave 1 wasn't as easy for bigger hands. This, however, this is great. Both presents can be stacked back in. We've got the tiny Death Star at the front, the teeny tiny Death Star, and a little cozy fireplace for Vader to chill. Two smaller reefs and a bigger reef when we flip the door down. And then I really want to get some LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 LEDs would be needed to wire this thing up, but that would look awesome. I'm going to definitely do that. And like I said, for the main video, I also plan on making some other gingerbread characters to add to this set. I don't know why I always sit that side. You could probably see it better against the white door. There we are. That is really cool. Let's get the ski pole the right way around. No problem. Thanks for hanging, Bevel. May the bricks be with you. Awesome, awesome Winter Wonderland as well. This does need a gingerbread Winter Wonderland, doesn't it? A little Christmas village. That's the word. If only I had some more gingerbread parts. We've got a ton of spare pieces. We've got 8 of these. We've got even more of these. We've got 16 snot bricks, 8 of these on top of all of the other spare bricks, which you can find. Let me bring it up and show you where the spare pieces are. What's the set number? Oh, and we've got to switch over the tire tub. 40806. Oh, scheduled for monthly maintenance. That's all right. That's not until 1 in the morning. I don't think we'll be streaming for that long. So let's see if we can find this. Let me bring up the web page. We don't want Lego. We want Bricklink. Hey. There we go. So this is what Bricklink looks like. If you haven't used it, I would recommend it actually. Now that Lego are allowing you to log in with your Lego account. That should make things a lot easier. And also you get access to Lego databases, which means you shouldn't be finding any mistakes on older sets. Hopefully Lego have sorted that out. But when you go on the parts list, you get all the parts for one minifigure. How much is this going for? No minifigure, still going for like 30 quid. That's going to be a lot of shipping though, to get it from over in Hong Kong, Australia, even America. None in the UK. None in the UK. No fees. Oh, wow, look at that. 75, it's £55. Back order it, please. Back order it. Don't spend too much more on it. But right at the bottom of all these parts, it does show you as well the new parts, doesn't it? Or is that Brick Owl that does that? Let's find. The white icing is definitely new. None of these? No, nothing. The hilt's not, the candles aren't. There we go. The reddish brown slope. We called that earlier on in the stream. That's a new element. And also the white frosting, 4x4. Is that it? Are they the two new elements? Well, and new Darth Vader. I thought there was another new element, but here are the spare parts, extra items. So we're meant to get a, and this is good to check because it won't really tell you, it won't really tell you if you are, well, I guess it will tell you if you're missing a piece. Yeah, it will say if you are missing a piece because you won't be able to find it on your desk when you're finished building. We do have a black 1x2 bar. Here we go. We've got the back, one is back again. We do have, let me just make sure I can see everything. There we go. 2 Technic pins, check. 1 pink bow, check. Dark bluish grey, one, yeah, that looks light bluish grey almost on screen. That's a check. 2 dark pink tiles, check and check. 2 green, and I assume there'll be 2 red later on as well. Double check. 1 medium nougat, that's the color of Vader. Medium nougat neck collar, check. That's for a medium nougat TIE fighter. 1 metallic silver hilt, we use that on the candy cane. 1 red bow, check. 1 Technic pin, check. Oh wow, this is actually a long list of spare parts. I'm realizing there are a lot of them in front of me. 2 red tiles, 1 cookie, check. 1 blue stud, check. 1 green stud, check. 1 flame element, yep. 1 red, 1 yellow translucent tile, 1 white ski, that's a nice piece. And also the cup and the saucer are quite nice elements. A 1x1 plate, a double slope, a double cheese. Oh, it is called a double cheese. And then 1 round tile, 1 pin, and 1 yellow flower. Oh, and then we've got the clip as well. We replace that with a bracket. But I also have a white flower. Oh, it is here. I just skipped over that. Okay, my bad. 5 petals. That is the one. And we've got all our spare parts. So we won't miss any pieces. It's fun to have a little look. Counterparts. Oh, I guess for anyone that's built it, these pieces will stick together. Only 2 though. They didn't include 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 7 in the set. And they would be a counterpart to the 7 red bricks and the grey tops that are separately listed here. Please be 7. 7! Yes. I have finished the build. No worries. Check this out. This is the Gingerbread AT-AT. Beautiful build. Look at all the detail as well. So much white icing, so many little M&Ms sprinkled all throughout. I tell you what, that would be a good collab if Lego paired with M&M World right across Leicester Square. I guess that's a very London thing. And then made an actual Gingerbread AT-AT with M&Ms on it. Oh, that's a lot of gingerbread. I'm tempted to do that. That'd be a fun build. But whilst we're here, I actually want to switch over from Bricklink to Brick Owl and take a little look at the advent calendars. We've mentioned the advent calendars quite a bit. and they are on sale right now. The Lego Star Wars Advent is £20. The Harry Potter Advent is also £20. The first time, genuinely the first time, the Harry Potter Advent has gone on sale before Christmas. Even then, it usually gets like maximum £5 off, but we have got some really good sales in Smiths. I will check the community right after this. We do still have quite a bit of time. So with the Advents, we've got the Star Wars Advent, £20, and the value of it is £54.81. But £54.81 includes minifigures. Minifigures aren't going to be as useful to build in or parting out. So if we take £54.81, I could try this top of my head, but I'm probably going to get some completely different number. Subtract the 640 from Babu Frick. We'll also subtract the 367 from the BD Droid. The rest of these can be parted out. We'll go with a Jara as well. We'll get rid of another £6. That's a lot. Already 6, 12, nearly £16 just with these three minifigures. We'll also do the Battle Droid. It's only 160. And also the Super Battle Droid, which is only nearly 120. Oh, I put £119. And then we've got BB-8 has some parts. So how much is that minifigure worth? £1.59. All right, £1.59. And finally, subtracting 3PO and a £6.32, and R7, A7, £3.15. £3.14. That brings us the total value of the Advent calendar, £24.87 in parts. A lot of Star Wars sets recently have actually been exceeding their values. The Slave one is worth, well, before it released, that thing was worth nearly 200 quid in parts alone. And now that's also got some really cool minifigures, including the Kaminoan. The set that we've just built, let me steal the number from Bricklink, 40806. 40806. The AT-AT Walker, which is £55 retail, is valued £173.93. This is the price parts have sold for. The current cost is slightly cheaper, 161, and Vader makes up nearly 30 quid. But that's still £130, more than £130 for the parts alone. And a lot of that is just the rare elements. The joints are the most expensive, but 16 of these brand new exclusive pieces to the set. 4 of these frosting tops, brand new. Oh, the brackets. The brackets are pretty expensive. I forgot we even swapped those out for some smaller brackets. So they're also spare pieces that we've got in the set. And just a lot of the browns, dark oranges. It's surprising that a lot of the whites are here. These pieces have been very common this year, at least for me. I guess we did 3D print a ton of them as well. That's why I've got an entire tub full. Maybe they're not entirely common, but they have been in 34 sets. They came out last year. They were brand new for last year. And this is including a few 2026 sets. 2 2026 sets. Plo's Micro is probably the cheapest. Slave 1 V19, Gingerbread AT-AT, there we go, the Death Star, a load of different themes, but quite a few Star Wars sets, given the fact that most of them came out, all of them came out this year. And this is just the Star Wars Advent. This is true with every single Advent. But let's hop over to the Harry Potter one. We'll do the Harry Potter one because I think City, Friends, they're going to be a lot cheaper. The Disney ones are probably going to be hard to find because of the micro figures. I don't know if many people are selling those. Let's see. Not 100%. There's no value for this one. So let's head over to Harry Potter, another £20 Advent at the minute here in the UK. The current cost is £35, but there's a lot of minifigures. And I wonder, because these are built, yeah, no one's selling any of these. 35.20. Let's keep breaking these down. Let's go from the bottom. I Don't think it's adding up to the total though. We're getting values for it. We might have to refresh this. Let's see if we can break all of these out, or what we can do is add up the values for each of the buildables. This is gonna be might take a second here. But if we open these all in a new tab, we'll exclude the printed parts as well. Let's see. The butterbeer is a great set. You can make a massive butterbeer using the legs of the AT-AT. I don't think the trans orange parts come in that. We have, all right, let's make a note of this. We're gonna go with what they're available at. That gives us the best value, so that's 157 for the butterbeer cup. We've then Scale of Grow, this is my favorite one. 140 for the Skelly Grow. Wait, hold on, £1.40 again, not £140. Polyjuice Potion does include that exclusive brick in the middle. That's going to be hard to put a price on it, but 35 pence brings the entire day up to 99p. I thought that was gonna, I guess Skelly Grow does also have exclusive printed parts. This one's going to be cheap. 163 again. It's those snot bricks. They are fairly recent, reddish brown. We did get one again in the back, in the bum of the AT-AT right there. So I guess if you did have some of these parts in your inventory, you could be saving a little bit. But we're already with 4 days up to £6. £6 already. No printed parts on this. Yet 250, 259 because of the exclusive pink pieces. That is crazy. That is crazy. We've got Hedwig, 120. That's a really nice Hedwig. That's a make and take head. That's kind of a small. This frog also makes a good make and take. Reminds me of the May 4 figures. £2.40. It would be really good if they kept that purple base and did some make and takes for like Dumbledore actually. Some of the popular cards. We've got Buckbeak for £2.2. We have passed the £10 mark. We are over halfway there, but we are also only halfway through our builds. What are we at? Day 8. Oh wait, so we're eight days in, but there's also 8 minifigures. So yeah, 8 days in. This is day 6. I don't think these are in order. We've got 246. Ooh, one of the more expensive. That's up there with the Love Potion. The Acceptance Letter, fairly common pieces. This is pulling most of the weight. 112. Yeah, literally 20% of it. We've also got the Patronus. Oh, is this my favorite? That's a nice element. 9 pence. 9 pence is crazy for that. That's not even the most expensive in the set, is it? Oh, it is. Because we need 4. Oh, if they're including 4 in an advent, yeah, maybe it's not as expensive. The Mandrake's a funny one. And right now, before I put in the Mandrake, our total's at £19.50. So this officially puts us past the £20, and we still have 5 days to go. So it's going to be worth it, but is it going to be as worth it as the Star Wars build? Let's add our Book of Monsters. We've also got our Thestral. Kind of looks like a baby Thestral for £1.82. This is the Butterbeer. 157. Yeah, we've got the little horn that acts as the cup in sand blue. That's not a part I've seen before, and I wonder if this white frosting is as rare as the bigger one we've just got. And then penultimate, we got Aragog. Gotta love Aragog. £1.04. Let's get that off the screen and add in that to our total. So the Star Wars Advent Calendar, as a reminder, worth £24.87. If you part it out and remove all of the minifigures from the set, add the minifigures to your collection. They might be going for £6 based on the value, but I don't think many of these are probably selling. Babu's the most popular, and totally, at the minute, 4 lots have sold. A lot of those bulk lots. People just getting rid of a ton of minifigures, probably getting a ton of advents for the parts. It's a really good way to get some rare parts. There are a few rarer parts. That 2x2 in dark red has returned. Lego, thank you. I've been asking for that piece back for so long, and now I've got 2 advents. I have both the elements to build the V-wing. The V-wing. Yes, with the I think it was the clone one, not the Imperial one. It was one of the clone ones. I think there's been a few V-wings. We've got this element, is a fairly uncommon one to get. There's a few different colors as well. Like these green bar elements, don't own many of those. I know when I put it out in June, I didn't own like half these elements, and I really love that Buzz Droid build. But we'll get around to building with this. This is 24.87 worth of parts, so anything less than that is a good deal. I got mine for £20. I think 19.99 if you subtract the 2 fivers off, and that's nearly £5 worth of Lego bricks for absolutely free. But the Harry Potter Advent Calendar, how's that stand up to Star Wars? Well, I can confirm. I can confirm the Harry Potter Advent Calendar is worth £26.49. What? That's nearly £2 more. Well, let's not get carried away. That's about £1.50 more than the Star Wars one in terms of parts. And I think a lot of it comes down to how many exclusive parts? 4 on the beans here. 5, 6, 7. We didn't include any torsos or the gold coins. 7 printed pieces. Are you crazy? 7 printed parts. How comes Harry Potter gets 7 printed parts? This Advent sold, I cannot emphasize this enough. The Advent has sold so well. I think there's a solid chance we could see more Advents in this sort of mini builds category. I would love this for Star Wars. This is my Star Wars dream. To get 8 minifigures, give us two 332nd clone troopers, 2 B2 battle droids, 2 stormtroopers, 2 rebels. Give us those 8 minifigures. I quite like what Star Wars have done with the droids this year though, actually. With all the different droids and all the different figures that we've got. That has been quite nice. Again, 14 buildable characters. No, more than 14. 17 buildable droids if you include the one parted out across a few days. This has been nice. Even minifigures, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including the extra droid. That is nuts. But Harry Potter does come out on top. And those printed parts are definitely the reason why. 100%. 100%. 332nd would be cool in the Advent though. Especially seeing them back. Imagine they dropped the helmet holeless one. No chance of that happening. But could you imagine? That'd be something Star Wars would do in the magazine. I'm really hoping to get the Mando minifigure, especially the Mal Mando character from that battle pack in the Lego Star Wars magazine, so that I can create an official Clone Wars Mandalore Kenobi. That would be perfect. That would be perfect. You're waiting for another good sale to pick up a second of the Star Wars Advent. Honestly, £20 was tempting me today. If it goes any lower, I think I might be picking up at least one more for one more Babu Frick. There's 3 in the Mandalorian trailer, which I think they have names. Do they have names? All right. We do have names for this is awesome. I'm gonna have to bring this up. Is this on Star Wars as well? Let me make sure we're keeping up with our Star Wars news here. Meet the filmmakers behind Visions. They've done so much work for Visions. It's done so well. I think it's guaranteed we're going to keep getting more of that. But where is the reveal of the Anzellan names? Was it just on Instagram? Huh, adopt your own loaf cat. Gotta go to Galaxy's Edge. Anyway, here is the post from Star Wars Explained. All right, that is good enough. And the 3 Anzellans from The Mandalorian and Grogu are called, hopefully I don't butcher these, Bay, Bay. I'm going to say Bay, Clang, and Keto. Look at these. Bay, Clang, and Keto. At the minute, we've got Clang and Keto because those are the two names I can say. We need a third Anzellen. Hopefully. Well, we do have our custom Anzellen. We do have our custom Anzellen up by George Lucas, but I don't know. I don't know if that one's going to work as well. They do have different headgears as well. I wonder if there's any way we can attach a few Lego bits. This is awesome. This is cool. Yes. Okay. Let's get the community up. I don't know if I'll be able to access this because I'm not logged in on this web page. I'm going to try and pull it up for everyone. Oh, I should be able to get it in because you can all see the community as well. youtube.com/@mastermouldie/community. Let's take a look at this. All right, I'm trusting you to have not filled it with, you know, anything else. But Captain Vaughn, let's take a look at your builds, and I will be revisiting this. So if any of you do have, maybe I'll make this an ongoing segment at the start of each stream to have a little look at what the community's been building, because that would be fun. But here's the community. This is where on mobile or on PC or on most devices, except for TV, look, I'm sorry, TV viewers, I am sorry. YouTube is ignoring you. That's not right. But please hang on. Please hang on. We are fighting for your case. But back to the community. It was the Jedi Wolverine cape. Oh, the cape from the D&D. The cape from the D&D set for Jedi Wolverine. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. What do you mean, Jedi Wolverine? You see that thing coming towards you, you're gone. Imagine a Jedi that could grow claws out of their hand and heal, force heal. Wolverine's got force heal built inside of him. What do you mean he's got a lightsaber as well? That's crazy. That cape works so well though. I love the dark blue on Wolverine. I wish we had a dark blue and bright yellow because Wolverine's older minifigure had dark blue and dark yellow. I think dark blue and bright yellow would go so well together. Yes, Lego Captain Vaughn, well done. I like the pillars as well. They're quite nice with a little Republic logo. Is that the sticker from Kenobi's Delta? Or is that that could be from the gunship, the V-19. That cape works so well. And the blade, the neon green. The neon green blade. Is Wolverine a green blade? Yeah, blue and yellow makes green. I like that. I like that. Let's have a look at the other mini marks as well. That clone pauldron's looking nice. Hold on, what element is that? Yeah, the Jedi Wolverine. Maybe I should make the Jedi Avengers. I haven't even thought of that. Jedi Avengers. What color sabers would they all have? I think Captain America would have a blue saber. Iron Man would have... I think Iron Man... Late game Iron Man would have a yellow. Iron Man would start off with a blue saber, but I think late game, like end game Iron Man would have a yellow. Hulk would have an orange. I'm putting Hulk with an orange, like hulked out Hulk. Bruce Banner would have a green. Hulk would have an orange. Black Widow would have a blue. Hawkeye? I think Hawkeye would have a purple. I think Hawkeye would have a purple and Thor would have a blue as well. You've done Jedi Avengers as well. I think I'm happy with those lightsabers. Right, Nick Fury wouldn't have a lightsaber. Or if Nick Fury did have a lightsaber, it would be like one of those canes with a hidden saber in it. Something like that. And what was his saber color be? It'd be something surprising. I don't want to just go with green because I think it fits his style. I want it to be something that you don't think. Maybe it'd be like a neon, like a different shade of green. I like the neon green. I like the little mocks as well. Imagine these on a chessboard. The pauldrons from the Prowler in the Spider-Man minifigure series. Thank you. That's That's a great piece. Lego Spider-Man, the Muff. Let's have a look. The Prowler. Oh, and it's flipped. That's why I don't recognize it. Wow. Kind of slept on the Prowler, not gonna lie. The helmet was so good. I picked up Spider-Punk and my fiance picked up Spider-Bite. I almost picked up the werewolf as well. I think the other one that I wanted to pick up was... Oh, it was Spider-Woman, the mechanized one, because we also got a mechanized Spider-Man variant in one of the books. I think... Because these have got to be retiring soon. Because we got these and we've... Oh no, we've still got the F1s on shelf. So the F1 will retire. In the new year, I might have to pick up the Prowler variant and Spider-Man 2099 just before the movie comes out. When is Spider-Man due? Part 3. I can't remember what it... Beyond the Spider-Verse, June 25th, 2027. Now I'll pick these up on Bricklink. I'm not going to hold on to them that long. I might. I'll see. Oh, I should pick them up now whilst they're like $3.50. Spider-Man 99 has the plastic cape. It's that Vision translucent cape, isn't it? Now I want to build another chessboard. Get some little scenes. Felucia, we've got... That's like a Camino post-war, but that's Mandalore, that's Felucia, and that's Geonosis. I like that for a pauldron. That's a nice one. So if you do want to have your builds reviewed, I think I'll do it at the start of streams. Then be sure to share all your builds into the community, and it doesn't matter if you shared them elsewhere. Share them for the community to see. And I also try to update you with any other news on the channel, especially if a stream gets delayed. And I actually was looking back through this recently for... What? Oh, I tell you what, for the Fantastic Four build, yes, that was a good display with the gift with purchase speeder. That one's good. I like the translucent capes. I think a Force Ghost would benefit from a translucent cape with the robe. I don't know how Lego do that. I would assume if you were to make like a custom translucent cape, you just need a plain translucent cape and like a really watered down paint, a watercolor paint or like a very wet acrylic paint on the top. I do want to start building some Force Ghosts. I've got a few ideas that I want to test out. Might do a series on Force Ghosts, trying to find the ultimate one similar to the Avengers brick built weapons. Might try and do a series closer to May, around when perfect time to be talking about Force Ghost minifigures. Is there anything else? We've upgraded the AT-AT. I do think if I have success lighting up this cable, I might try and replace some of the other tiles with translucent elements and see if I can get them lit up, because we do have them in every color: red, green, pink, and white or clear. Maybe even a yellow would look better instead of white, but this is hands down one of my favorite builds of the year. The Gingerbread AT-AT. This is awesome. It makes me want to build a Gingerbread AT-AT. I have to see if I make gingerbread over Christmas. I have to try and put something together. Mandalore's the one with a 330-second. Mandalore mock incoming in January, definitely, because we've got kind of the final piece of the puzzle. We got Gar Saxon in Bo's Gauntlet. We got a Loyalist in the same set. We've got a gunship. We've got an AT-AT. We've got 330-second clones. The one thing we were missing was Mandos. I am happy because it's taken them so long to release Mandos in a set that they are coming with clone troopers. I think that's good. The Mandos were so overnumbered just to draw in the Republic. It was a trap just to lure Kenobi or Anakin and then Ahsoka. And yeah, the Mandos really didn't stand a chance from the beginning. So I do like the way the battle pack is shaping up. That'll be the one set I think I will get in the new year. 330 seconds, you can never have enough. I do need to rebuild this wall and get a few more variants on it, because I did have to get rid of my 330-second like heavy specialist and that, and they've gone in the display case. But yes, more 330-second, more clones as well. I wouldn't mind the odd shiny. Maybe the perfect battle pack would have been one 332nd, one 501st, because Keller and Beck Speeder's retiring this year, so 501st won't be on shelves, and then the two different Mandos. Maybe that would have been the perfect battle pack, or to have nicked one of the Mandos from the Mandalore ambush from Mandalorian, but I think using clone troopers is a great way to build our armies. We just need more droids in a similar fashion. Anyway, I think that will be all for today. Let me just check. The next stream is on Monday. That will be the Minecraft birthday stream. Yes, 14 years. It's not 14 years on Monday. It's 14 years on Tuesday. But hopefully, by doing a stream Monday, I have the build ready for a video on Tuesday. Very, very tight deadline. I'm going to make it work somehow. And that will be finishing building our microbiomes based on all the January sets. If you haven't already seen all the videos, should be out the first 3 parts. We have the Pale Garden. We have the Chicken Farm. We even have the cheapest of the sets, which is the tiny little snow set, which I will be picking up as well. Gives us a ton of new elements. We've got the Nether and End Portal. We've got the Zombie Dungeon, my personal favorite micro build and the official thing. And finally, the Wither build. This one was awesome to build. So until Monday, that's your homework. That is your homework. Go check out those free videos. And thank you so much for watching. May the bricks be with you always. See you, Vaughn. May the bricks be with you. Moonshoes, if you're still around, may the bricks be with you. And anyone else, may the bricks be with you always.